more like you look like a stone sculpture, the more attractive you are on a PSL scale.
This is where we get shit like this. This is what you would call a PSL god, but a PSL god wouldn't necessarily have appeal, because again, look at this shit. So I guess PSL is purely for the male gaze then. My zesty theory is being proven again, and I find this is no better time than any to really dive into the BP terminology. First word you probably already know, it's Chad. These are people that the BP community can collectively agree, you know, look good. So mainly like these three models. And then we have Chad Light. What am I talking about, cunt? But anyways, this is just a little lower. You wouldn't really be considered a Chad, but I don't know if you have to apply for Chad status. Is that something that they do?
No, I always thought that you can't move up like far, right? In the BP community, well, you could like make yourself more attractive and move up, but like if you're sub 5, you're never going to be a Chad in the BP community. But if you're like a Chad Light, if you got like a different haircut, maybe like they'll fucking up you. I don't know.
But if you're an unidentified attractive person, you're what's known as an unknown slayer. Like this random ass kid in the back of this video, he went viral on TikTok for a little bit. People calling him unknown slayer. Another example is this one guy. I just wanted to point it out because of this comment. Nigga said bro is real life Marlon.
Bro, what the fuck is you even
real life Marlon? Like Marlon's an anime character that doesn't exist.
talking about, bro?
Like, what the fuck does that mean, bro? I'm telling you, they worship this nigga Marlon like a deity. They don't even consider him real. And if you're the very pinnacle of male attractiveness, you're what's known as a true Adam. And this one guy they call a true Aladdin because he's Middle Eastern. There's not really a pattern there because that's the only example I could find. So maybe there's a different true so-and-so depending on
who's like a true Adam though.
The race. I don't know. And then we have the term high tier normie, or HTN for short, which means you're a really good looking person for somebody that's not an actor or model, just missing out on Chad Light status. There's also mid tier normie, which is somebody who out of 10 is like a 6 to a 7. I know what I just said. Just be cool.
I think people normally rate me like mid low tier normie.
Please. Then there's a low tier normie, which is pretty much just an average looking person. And then, you know, sub 5, which you know what that means. That's pretty much all the dumbass terminology these niggas use. But we also have the president of Black Pill, Clav. You know, interesting guy. People call him the insecure final boss.
Marlon Moggs.
Didn't he say, oh my God, wait. I know this clip.
Marlon Moggs, all of you? Yeah, but he's black.
Yeah, what a fucking comeback. What a fucking comeback. Isn't Marlon also not black? Like, it's just Marlon Moggs, all of you. Yeah, but he's black, so.
No, he's not.
Reasonable take. But overall, the whole belief with Black Pill is lookism, which means if you're chopped, people are just gonna treat you well.
Like what that means. Like, what an outwardly racist thing to say. Like, it's just like, yeah, but you know.
Obviously, people do treat you different depending on how you look. You see how they did Dream? Bro, people who had never heard of him were just flaming him after the face reveal.
What do you think the BP community rates Dream?
Just because he looked a little bit like Rumpelstiltskin. It's really just the angle he recorded it. He's not even chopped for real. See? But you know,
sub 5?
the idea of people...
I feel like they do like low tier normally sub 5. I don't know. It's just like anybody, dude, when you go on like BP TikTok, you realize anybody you like, dude, like Brad Pitt, for example, they probably rate him pretty high. I would say Brad Pitt is a 10. I would say Brad Pitt in Fight Club is a 10. Like, he is like a very attractive guy. But I feel like I could say that. I don't know what they rate him, but I wouldn't be surprised if like I would say, hey, this guy looks like a 10, 4. And here's why. And then they'll give you a 4-paragraph statement on like every small thing that's wrong with their face and why they should be rated lower.
Treating you differently just because of how you look. Black pillars just do too much with it.
Would Charlie Kirk have gotten assassinated if he were Chad? Well, probably not.
What? 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 Would Charlie Kirk have gotten assassinated if he was a Chad? Probably not. Is this a fucking meme video? Clav is trying to say that if Charlie Kirk was more attractive, he wouldn't have gotten fucking killed.
Would Charlie Kirk have gotten assassinated if he were Chad? Well, probably not, and here's why. Good-looking people experience something called the halo effect, so it's quite possible that if Charlie were to be better looking, someone wouldn't have hated him enough to assassinate him.
The whole mess.
What? 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 What the fuck? What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean? If he was more attractive, he wouldn't have died. I mean, I could understand, like, you're saying the halo effect of, like, people like more attractive people. Not in the argument of assassinations. I feel like the immediate counterpoint to that is like, it wasn't John F. Kennedy considerably one of the most attractive presidents ever, shot in the head, broad daylight.
You just lost to me now. I don't even know what's going on. The belief in this
What? Oh, well, he was a Chad White. He wasn't a Chad.
idea is objectively wrong and also lame. Please find a place of employment. Where are you finding this time to edit over people that you have chopped? See, self-improvement, and I guess looks maxing by extension, is not necessarily a bad thing. And honestly, I believe having deep pockets is more powerful than looking good. Let's take this guy Cuffham, for example. See, I'm not gonna say he's chopped. Let's just let the results speak.
The first algorithm we'll look at is designed to judge the beauty or attractiveness of your face.
Point two. No fucking way.
We'll give you a score between 0 and 10.
But he has motion and he's pretty financially abundant and he has managed to acquire females. Money and status really has a larger influence on how you look. Am I about to make my own pill? I'ma call that shit purple pill, or PP for short. But deep it though, Elon Musk could really bag more than a broke ass nigga that looks like this. And Elon really built like a Tesla for real. But it doesn't really matter because that 0.7 in his net worth could retire several generations, alright? Yet black pillars still believe looks are everything.
Damn, I didn't even think about that, bro. The 0.7, $700 million.
Generations, alright? Yet black pillars still believe looks are everything, you slow ass niggas. So you know, instead of smashing your skull, how about you get some motion? Looks maxes, black pillars, they're a community and they like to share their knowledge. And the best place to see this in action is Reddit/looksmaxing advice. Whatever you do, if you want actual advice, do not look on here. Let's take a look, shall we? 15, male, is it over for me? Nigga in the comments said, you could just be famous. Alright. Bro must have taken PP. That stands for purple pill, by the way. Okay, next. What can I do? Please be honest. Okay, so niggas are trolling. Okay, so the 1 in a billion chance that, okay, the 1 in 0 chance that this is real. It's time to let it go, Unk. Let me try to find some actual serious ones then. Alright, this guy, 28, chronically single, and I know my forehead is huge. Okay, sounds reasonable. His forehead cannot be that bad. Interesting. The comments have some helpful suggestions. Shaved head might be the move. Maybe balance it out with a light goatee. You evil ass nigga, okay? You know what you're doing, bro. Gain about 30 pounds and you grow into that head. Is that something?
Gain about 30 pounds and you grow. Stop. I'm trying to. That's actually fucked. No, that's actually fucked.
You can do, you can grow into a head. Tell women you can read minds. Next, bro. Surprisingly, a lot of women are on this subreddit too. I don't think they really reply to
There's women in the BP community. I thought that's only, but is there like BP guidelines for women?
posts, but they put a lot of them up. And maybe my black pillars being zesty theory was wrong because a lot of them put up shots instead of actually giving advice. How big is my forehead? 1 to 10. You know, coming from the last one, you know, I'm gonna give this shit a 1. I think a lot of people in the comments forgot that question though, especially fucking Shakespeare over here. I'm captivated by how pretty you are. I would kiss that big forehead. It's not big, just kissable is all. I'll give it to you, you're tough, I guess, twin. Shut of the year. And then there's this guy that just said, can I have your number, please?
No.
Oh my goodness, Valentine!
No.
What? Oh no!
No.
That is not the shot!
That's air, bro. That's straight air. And you know, sometimes even the girls' posts get flamed. You find me attractive. Why/why not? See,
Why are women going on the looks max? I mean, like, why is anybody going on this? But why are women going on the looks maxing advice?
a lot of these comments are just not nice. But one stood out to me. This guy said, you look like you're offended by everything. Honestly, not a bad observation. You can't hate it. Okay, the more I dive down this subreddit, the less I believe it's actually serious. Just look at—
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it's got to be meme shit. There's probably like there is a BP community, but like, dude, a subreddit that anybody can join, bro. A lot of people are just gonna join it to troll.
some of these posts. Is it over for me? 214 male. It's been over for quite some time, Abe. 19 female. How do I improve my looks? Reincarnation, man. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it there, but you know, message of the vid, take PP, not BP. Bye. Outro.
Wow. Next video, chat. Why Otto Warmbier didn't survive North Korea. For the people that don't know Otto Warmbier, he is the guy that took the poster off a hotel wall in North Korea. They set him back in a vegetative state, and he died.
This is Otto Warmbier. He's a 21-year-old American college student.
My crime is very severe and pre-planned.
No, it was not severe. And I also don't know really if it was pre-planned. I think North Korea's government that killed this guy and effectively tortured him is full of psychopath narcissists that don't understand that somebody taking a poster off your wall really isn't that big a deal. You probably could have charged him for it. I think any other hotel would maybe get him for like vandalism, and it would be like a petty crime, petty theft, but not to the point where he has to be on a big news station and he's pleading for his life.
Travel agency. The destination was Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea.
On the early morning of January 1st, 2016, I committed my crime aimed at harming the work ethic and the motivation of the Korean people.
Are we serious? Are we serious? Yo, they wrote that out for him to say. There's no way. I aimed at harming the North Korean people's work ethic. He took a poster off a wall, bruh. You're acting like he took a on Kim Jong-un's statue.
After a night of partying, he allegedly took a poster from the hallway of his hotel. Shortly after, he was detained for perpetrating a hostile act against the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
I understand the severity of my crime.
Now he's here, trying to save his life, at the mercy of a totalitarian dictatorship.
I have been very impressed by the Korean government's humanitarian treatment of severe criminals like myself, and of
Are we dead ass? Dude, when he got off the plane, that motherfucker got wheeled out. They put him in like a coma borderline. Are we serious? I respect how nice they've been treating me. When he got back, he died.
their very fair and square legal procedures in the DPR Korea.
A communist regime that nurtures a deep hate for America.
The United States administration already knows about my act through the CIA. And
Yo, I actually always used to say that I would go to North Korea if they let Americans go there. I'm now changing my mind because I know they would kill my ass. I have talked so much shit about Kim Jong-un and North Korea in general, like so much shit. I couldn't pull up and be like, hello, I love your country. There's no prisoner camps here. You're not killing your people. You're a great leader. Your people aren't malnourished. No. You invented the hamburger. Oh, wow. Oh, your father invented the hamburger. Sorry. Wow. Really? Yeah, you just came up with the idea.
connived at my crime.
Soon, the case of this college kid will escalate the already tense relationship between two nuclear powers.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the...
And I also, bro, I gotta say, it's not, there's no feeling bad for Kim Jong-un, but like, Kim Jong-un is definitively a product of the environment he grew up in. Like, Kim Jong-un would be a regular guy if he had not grown up with his father being a psycho dictator that spoiled him and like ensured that he would be the leader of his nation. Like, his son, Kim Jong-un wasn't even supposed to be the leader of North Korea. His older brother was supposed to. But his father called him a pussy and said that he couldn't lead because Kim Jong-un was better and like capable of doing that shit because his older brother was too into music and was too womanly or something. Like, Kim Jong-un was literally manipulated from the second he was a child to be the leader of North Korea.
United States, they will be met with fire and fury.
Otto Warmbier, at this point, has no idea what he is about to face.
an American, is being held captive in North Korea. He was sentenced to 21 years of hard labor.
Those prisons are rough places. If something very bad happened to them.
Americans' fateful trip to North Korea.
Complete failure to recognize fundamental human.
And I mean, dude, you're not even thinking, like, not only is he in North Korean prison, he's in just foreign prison, which is already terrifying. Like, imagine you're a guy that only speaks English and you get imprisoned in China. You're in jail or prison and no one speaks the same language as you. Like, maybe in China they would. In North Korea, no one speaks English because they hate English. They hate Western ideologies. So you're literally just like getting screamed at. You don't know what's going on.
Rights.
The dreams of a young man.
You're fucked.
Destroyed by dubious charges from a ruthless regime.
This very press conference might be his last chance to save his life.
I don't want to say, yeah, and I know that, like, they have him. Oh, my God. I feel like this is just one of those scenarios where it's like, and I'm not going to see, I know Trump was president when this was happening, and I think what he's doing right now, and he's like, we need to forcefully take over Greenland. Fucking crazy, right? Like, Denmark literally says we could use their military bases, and, like, why is he saying that? For his own personal gain. It's fucking weird, right? But, like, this is one of those scenarios where I do wonder what would have happened if he was like, if Otto Warmbier comes back harmed, I will bomb North Korea. Like, if he just, like, flat out said that. Like, obviously he never would over this kid because he's not, like, I don't want to say it, but it's like, the U.S. does hold value over important figures in foreign policy, especially with obtaining, like, either prisoners of war or, you know, people that are held captive in other countries. Like, if he was not just a random college student, it would be different.
Son in my family. My mother needs me. My father needs me. My younger brother and my younger sister need me. I entirely beg you, people and government of the DPR Korea.
I think he is emotional, but what sucks is he has to put, like, this begging plea when, like, he's not in the wrong. Like, he did a slap on the wrist thing, and they kill him for it. He did something so minute. The counterpoint people are going to say is like, well, he was in North Korea. You should have known. But it's like, okay, bro.
For your forgiveness. Please. I have made the worst mistake of my life.
Otto Warmbier won't survive, and his case will bring
What'd he do? Took a poster off a wall.
The U.S. and North Korea to the brink of war. But the version of events many people remember might not be true.
What? Can't start out the video
Much
like
of our
that, Fern.
research is based on this extensive GQ article. Find the link in the description. New Year's Eve, 2015. This is Kim Il-sung Square in Pyongyang.
And it's not 2015 in North Korea. It's not 2015. New Year's Eve, different year in North Korea.
Thousands of North Koreans have gathered to watch the fireworks and greet the new year. Among them is a group of tourists. These are people from Europe, Australia, and the US. They're here with a travel agency, and they booked a 5-day, 4-night New Year's party tour for $1,200. Otto Warmbier is one of them.
I mean, that's crazy, dude, how much the country's changed since then that you were able to book a New Year tour in North Korea.
New Year's party tour for $1,200. Otto Warmbier is one of them. Now, after the fireworks, they return to their hotel, a 47-story tower located on a small island in the Taedong River. It boasts 5 restaurants, a bar, a sauna, a massage parlor, even a bowling alley. One of the restaurants revolves. Because of its location, people call it the Alcatraz of fun. During the tour, they'll drink at a fancy bar and eat at fine restaurants. And, on top, they get the full propaganda tour. They've already visited the 70-foot bronze statues of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, the country's first 2 dictators. They're regarded as near holy figures. State propaganda has it that when Kim Jong-il was born at the site of a holy mountain, a double rainbow and a glowing new star appeared in the sky. Today, his birthday, the Day of the Shining Star, is a public holiday. Citizens spontaneously salute the massive statue.
Yeah, and they have his dead body in a fucking box. Or some shit. It's either him or his son. They have his dead body in a box that they, like, fucking visit. Or some shit. It's fucking weird.
Homage.
Yeah, he's in an eternal
Propaganda
slumber.
is everywhere. Billboards show images of missiles striking the U.S. Capitol. Other posters sport slogans like, "Let's arm ourselves strongly with Kim Jong-il's patriotism." Disrespecting the communist dynasty can get you in big trouble. According to GQ, the Database Center for North Korean Human Rights confirmed a case of a factory janitor being prosecuted for bumping such a picture off the wall so that it fell and broke. Otto and the other tour members need to be careful. One wrong move, and they could face harsh punishment. Otto was raised in a suburb outside Cincinnati, Ohio, the oldest of 3 siblings. In high school, he was popular, athletic, and smart. At both prom and homecoming, he was crowned king. Speaking at his high school graduation, he quoted Andy Bernard from The Office.
I wish there was a way to know that you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
Now, he's majoring in finance. Halfway through his junior year, he decides to do a winter break adventure to North Korea. It makes sense. He'll be studying abroad in Hong Kong in the spring. In 2015, the State Department's travel advisory for North Korea is clear. It recommends against Americans traveling there at all. On the other hand, the website of Young Pioneer Tours, Otto Warmbier's travel agency, said that traveling to North Korea was, quote, extremely safe. The tour operator specializes in taking...
Yo, that's literally cap. Like, if you, even in 2015, if you landed in North Korea and you just went, fuck Kim Jong-un, arrested.
You to destinations your mother would rather you stay away from.
Kim Jong-un is both fat and stupid, arrested, dead.
Parents had their concerns. But, as Cindy Warmbier later said, why would you say no to a kid like this? Early in the tour, the group is visiting this ship, the USS Pueblo. The North Korean military captured it.
I'm not suicidal.
In 1968. The North Koreans claimed it had entered their territorial waters.
I gotta rewind.
Captured it in 1968. The North Koreans claimed it had entered their territorial waters. Now, it's a tourist attraction. When the North Korean tour guide explains that the ship was seized from the United States, he doesn't say the...
Yeah, and they always go, oh, with North Korea's might. With North Korea's might, we took hold of the ship. The very weak Americans died trying to fight us, and now we use it as a showcase that we're much stronger. Yo, we could flatten your country. Like, I mean, it's just it's garbage just being spit out of their mouth. Like, it is literally just like fucking king. Yo, nobody dick rides harder than the people of North Korea for Kim Jong-un. And it's not even because they want to. They have to, or they die. Highly requested video. We fooled locals with offensive city plans.
Give us feedback on our new city plans. We're installing the world's biggest pride flag.
Hell no.
Are you joking?
No.
Do you guys disagree with that?
I can guarantee you no one will ever vote for that.
Who wants to see us?
I always wonder how, like, YouTubers and even mainly, like, Impractical Jokers still get people to believe these things. But I've come to realize that they always get old people that are, like, really detached from society and reality in, like, local rural towns to do, like, a town meeting about city plans. Like, somebody that would be a part of the HOA in, like, your rural Nebraska city. Not gullible? I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say the word gullible. Maybe... But, like, yeah, no, people that are living in 50 years ago.
Society where parents stay together longer. Well, we have a solution. A 50% rent increase for single mothers.
What? I'll need something to throw at you.
We'll take that as a yes. We'll take it as a yes.
No. Are you trying to go?
I feel like these guys can pull it off because they're YouTubers, but don't you ever wonder how, like, I don't watch Impractical Jokers anymore. I feel like nobody, I don't want to say that's a dead show, but, you know, it's not 2013 anymore. But I always wonder how they still get people that don't know them. You know what I mean? Like, who below 50 is going to walk into a Walmart and have Murr or Sal walk up to them and be like, acting really weird and laughing before they say anything? Like, obviously they have a person in their head telling them what to say. Like, even if you don't know them, you'd be like, yo, you're a part of a bit. Like, this, I'm on camera right now. The NFL playoffs are here. Football is at an all-time high, and there is no better time to get in on the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, the sponsor of today's video. If you sign up with DraftKings and use promo code JOEB at sign up and place a $5 bet and your bet hits, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly. What an offer! DraftKings Sportsbook is the place to place touchdown bets. Not only do they have same-game parlays, they also have live betting for the people that love the thrills of live betting, betting on drives, betting who's going to get a touchdown, if they're going to place a field goal, whatever, in a given drive. DraftKings has you covered. And if DraftKings isn't available in your state yet, one of the green states, you could still take advantage of DraftKings Fantasy. So sign up for DraftKings today and use promo code JOEB at sign up and place a $5 bet. If your bet hits, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly, minus 500 odds required. Thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it!
Us? You have said no.
Disclaimer, everything said in this video is for entertainment purposes only. This does not represent us, do not replicate or act upon any content shown. We invited local residents.
Oh, so you don't think single mothers should have a 50% rent increase? Huh. Yeah.
To attend what looks like a real city meeting where we are posing as officials presenting new plans that will affect them. But the catch is we are given extremely offensive ideas that we have to present no matter what. After the president,
I would love to be a part of this. I feel like okay, no, here's the thing. I could never do the presentation. You would fold? Oh, 100%. I could not do the presentation. I would love to make the presentation. You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to be the guy that makes the slideshow of something that's just, like, obviously gonna get bad reviews or, like, a bad reaction. But I don't think I could ever stand up and just riff, you know? Stand up, read a presentation, click this next slide, and it's like, we're gonna ban gay people from, and I have to defend that. In front of a fucking town meeting of people that are just going to be appalled.
Strangers will raise their hands if we convince them to support our new plans. And just like the Impractical Jokers, whichever team gets the fewest hands raised will face the terrible mystery punishment at the end. It's actually...
So this is Impractical Jokers. This is... This is a one go on Impractical Jokers. There's no thumbs down. It's just if you lose, you just get the punishment.
I'm telling you right now, it's not good. It's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're not doing all that. We're not doing all that.
We're
not gonna do all that.
No. You guys can do terrible. We're not doing terrible.
We do like the chill. We do like the prizes.
We're not doing punishments.
No, we're not doing the punishment. We're winning. This is the winners. Do you guys see what's behind you?
That's your presentation.
That's your presentation we made.
What do you know about your presentation? What about you? Don't know shit.
Dude, I would just pull every buzzword out of the book of something that's controversial. Like, the presentation would just consist of, like, every single, like, buzzword that just gets people upset.
You don't know shit about your presentation.
They're fine.
Is it that bad?
It's bad.
What do you mean is that bad?
Yours is so bad we have a security guard here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. JD and I are going first, and remember,
security guard here in case one of the people fucking rushes them.
We have no clue.
Yeah, abortion. Yeah, dude, literally abortion, LGBTQ, Charlie Kirk, gun laws, immigration, DEI, just everything. Every climate change, minorities, religion.
What they put on this presentation. Alrighty. Thanks for being patient, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for making the commute.
Like, you know, for the lady with the rainbow choose kindness shirt on, you're going to have to shoot different compared to the Karen in the back. Every slide's got to anger somebody else.
Random strangers in front of them.
So how's your guys' day going so far? Is everybody good?
Yep.
Awesome. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Give us feedback on our new city plans. We are McCain and Jeremiah. We've been selected by the National Youth Policy Initiative to represent Orange County at the legislative level. Today, we're presenting several proposals and need your feedback before they are finalized. This is part—
Do these people get paid for this? Like, I don't want to say like NPCs sign up for this shit, but like, what is this?
level. Today we're presenting several proposals and need your feedback before they are finalized. This is part of the real decision-making process. Your voice matters here more than anywhere else. Let's discuss the future of our city, shall we?
I don't know what's about to happen. Like
you have to start out though with something that's basic. You can't go in gun swinging. You know what I mean? If you're the enemy team crafting this presentation for the guys presenting, you don't want the first slide to be, we're going to raise a statue of, you know, somebody that's going to piss somebody off. You know, you want to start out with like, hey, we're going to implement street lights in these roads where a lot of the time it's too dark, you know, and something that they're like, oh, you know, that would be nice. Then you go to something else that might be, you know, kind of, you know, edging it a little. That's kind of the wrong word, edging it, where it's like something that might be upsetting, but, you know, you kind of get past it. And then you gotta, butter them up.
Their press fucked.
This is gonna be bad. Who here wants to see real economic growth and results in our city?
Beautiful first slide.
Yeah?
I feel like they're gonna instant pivot to something else though.
Who's ready to bring real jobs and infrastructure to our community? Yeah?
The next slide's going to be like, that's why we're going to bring like child sweatshops to the fucking... I'm calling that. Who wants to see real economic growth? All right, we're going to bring foreign Chinese policy into rural Idaho and we're going to have fucking sweatshops set up. No.
Awesome. Introducing a brand new $300 million nuclear power plant in the Bay.
I would support that. I would actually... No, I'm not even lying. I would support a nuclear power plant. Dude, you know how fucking clean... That's like clean energy. No, you would not. Bro, nuclear power plants rarely blow up. Going nuclear energy is the fucking move.
No, I would say no.
No.
What if they melt down? Yeah, if the nuclear power plant melts down, I'm fucked. All right, yeah, sure. But that's probably not going to happen.
No, it'll never fly in Orange County. I'm just telling you that now. It'll never fly.
Never?
Never, ever, ever, ever fly.
Yo, this is insane.
There are different ways of getting in jobs.
Okay.
This is the quickest and easiest way.
It is the...
Bro, but nuclear energy, yo, I would stand on this shit in the crowd. I'd be like, yo, I fuck with that. Because nuclear energy is not only going to create jobs, but it's going to reduce electricity costs for the residents. Why would you not want that? Because it's nuclear and that's scary?
There are different ways of getting in.
The environment, nuclear power plants are good for... These people aren't against it because it's good for, or it's bad for the environment. They think it's bad for the environment.
Jobs.
Okay.
This is the quickest and easiest way.
It is the easiest way.
Wrong. It costs a lot of money. You put a lot of lives in jeopardy. And I can guarantee you no one will ever vote for that.
It's going to kill the wildlife.
I would vote for that shit.
Yo, this is not real. This is it, dude. This is huge.
Let's go on to the next one. Is that... This one's yes, then? Yes?
No.
No.
Absolutely no.
No.
Big no.
Oh, but then when we say we're going to open a fucking Walmart warehouse, everybody goes, woo!
It's still a no.
Okay. Big no, understood. Okay.
Here's another upcoming city plan we're thrilled to launch.
Dude, not this one.
One of our main goals is to fix traffic. Traffic is stealing an extra 400 hours of your life every single year. Fortunately, we have a plan to give you those hours back.
Oh no.
Introducing the Traffic Kazar.
Kazar Czar.
Actually illiterate.
The Kazar.
It's a czar. I wrote this one.
wrote this one?
That's my bad, yeah. Traffic czar.
Let's do that again. Introducing the Traffic Czar. One man that controls the roads. Every driver must call the czar and get approval of their trip before departing.
You have to call. It's going to reduce traffic, bro. You're going to be sitting at home on hold for 4 hours. You're going to call the traffic guy. He's just, dude, it's just one guy in a room, like right next to a radiator in the basement with like 9 telephones just all ringing at once. He's just Fucking answering them. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Airport? Yeah, sure, whatever.
No, thank you. No.
Yo, that lady's the goat. No. You gotta
hear it out.
You gotta hear it out. So, no approval, no driving. With 80% of your cars gone, you will never end up in traffic again.
What do you guys think?
How did you guys come up with that?
So, thumbs down?
So you have to call before you start driving?
Yeah, you have to call him and then you have to book your travel. And
if your trip isn't important, he'll deny you.
If he allows it,
Dude, what would make this actually believable? The calling it makes it not believable. What would make this feel real to me is if they were like, instead of calling the traffic czar, you have to download the app called Ready Drive. And it hooks up to your car's remote start. And your car will not start until you submit like an application to drive somewhere and it approves it. Like, that sounds real. I'd believe that. Like, the second you go, you have to download an app, I'd be like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I get mad because that's like everything in life. Oh, you want to use this? Oh, we have an app. There's an app for that.
Awesome, but if your trip isn't important, he will not allow it.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, that doesn't, yeah.
What happened to living in the free country of the United States of America?
Yeah! USA, USA.
That's what I'm going to throw at you. This is ridiculous.
Well, he would
If I want to do crack on the sidewalk, I should well be able to. Because I live in the USA.
probably approve you, but not other people that...
Of coercing confessions, and the U.S. accused North Korea of broadcasting this one for propaganda purposes. A member of the Z Society said Otto had never approached them and denied any affiliation with the...
What is the Z Society? That's an actual thing? What the fuck? A secret society that was founded in Virginia in 1892? Remain anonymous because the belief that service, when provided anonymously, provides a unique philanthropic opportunity.
CIA. And the senior pastor at Friendship United Methodist Church said he didn't know of the deaconess mentioned by Otto. But this is later, after it's too late. Now, standing before the Supreme Court, all Otto can do is beg.
I was used and manipulated. Please, act to save me. Please save my life.
But his pleas fall on deaf ears. He's handcuffed and led from the room. He's been sentenced to 15 years of hard labor. 2 days later, on March 18, the Korean Central News Agency released the CCTV footage to the public. Western news outlets treat...
Bro, that's not him. Oh my God. I feel like the story I was fed was from North Korea. What the fuck?
The footage with suspicion. That figure could be anyone.
That shit's in 140p.
One story notes that the corridor is well lit, something that, in a country where electricity is scarce, is far from the norm for staff-only spaces. Some of his tour mates give interviews. One of them, Sarah McLaughlin, says there was an issue with the time shown in the video.
Your group had been out at a New Year's Eve party in the hours before that. Were you even back at the hotel then?
No, the time didn't match up at all.
According to her...
What the fuck? Yo! So from the start, North Korea planned on pinning this on someone, and they picked Otto because he didn't go out with the rest of them. Like, if Otto had gone bowling or something, they would have just picked somebody else.
The young pioneers didn't return to the hotel until around 3 a.m., more than an hour after the footage was allegedly captured.
Oh my God.
Another tour mate says in an interview with the BBC that Otto was careful to observe the rules. They'd been told not to take pictures of military staff or installations, and he'd been nervous when taking a photo with military personnel in the background.
Men for mig giver det simpelthen ikke mening, at den samme fyr, som stod og var så nervøs over at få taget det her ene billede, som måske var lidt på kant med det, vi havde fået at vide, vi måtte, så kunne drikke sig så fuld og forvandle sig til et helt andet menneske nærmest, og så bare jorde op og prøve at stjæle et banner.
His roommate, Danny Grattan, also doubts that it was Otto.
We never mentioned anything remotely like that. We'd already bought some souvenirs. In my heart of hearts, the guy I knew for 3 or 4 days was not that type of guy.
Everything about the whole story was fabricated, in my opinion.
But why?
Otto's parents, Fred and Cindy, turned to the Obama administration for help, but the Warmbiers
Oh, was Trump not president at this time?
later said they were advised to keep quiet. According to GQ, Robert King, the special envoy for North Korean human rights issues, warned that drawing media attention to the ordeal might anger the regime.
Oh my God, and then they would just kill him. I don't even think that's bad, the government, because my point was like, if Trump was president, I feel like he'd be like, I'm just going to kill you guys, give him back. But then they would just kill him. King warned Warmbiers to expect a marathon, not a sprint. He recommended the family be quiet to avoid antagonizing the unpredictable regime.
Media attention to the ordeal
Yeah, because they could just do anything.
might anger the regime. What makes it even more complicated is that the United States has never had a formal diplomatic relationship with North Korea. There is no U.S. embassy in Pyongyang.
Yeah, so how are they even going to communicate?
The Swedish ambassador serves as the liaison for Americans, but the Swedes' calls and emails are met with silence. The days turn to weeks, turn to months. Efforts at back-channel diplomacy are stymied. The issue is passed from one administration to the next. No one knows where Otto is, what he's doing, or how he's being treated. Then, in early June 2017, some 17 months after his detention, the news finally arrives. Otto is unconscious. An extraction team of doctors and diplomats is put together, and finally,
Let me start by saying that I'm glad Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and I, along with a very talented team, were able to get Otto Warmbier back with his parents.
Fucking idiot, dude. Like, I mean, like, we got Otto Warmbier back. He's in a fucking coma. We got Otto Warmbier back. He's brain dead. He's, what the fuck? We got him off the plane. You got him back. You got a body back, bro. You ain't get the guy back. Otto's not there mentally.
Otto Warmbier is returned to U.S. soil on June 13.
We're thrilled that our son is on American soil, and I'm able to talk to you on Otto's behalf, and I'm able to wear the jacket that he wore when he gave his confession. Otto, I love you, and I'm so crazy about you.
Bro, this whole fucking thing feels weird, man. Like, even there, I feel like the dad would be, like, crashing out.
Last night, being able to see Otto for the first time in, gosh, I bet it's 18 months, it was fantastic.
Mad at Trump? I'm not mad at Trump. I'm just saying that speech where they were like, oh, we got Otto Warmbier back. Like, it's not a victory, bro. He's not, like, make sure he's alive and well. Like, that'd be like, we got this person back. He's in a vegetative state.
Otto's not in great shape right now, and he's been through a real tough time, and it's great to have him with us, and I'm very proud of him.
Otto is home.
But were they supposed to leave him there? No, but don't announce on a press conference to up your PR that you got a guy back like you just killed Osama bin Laden, when in reality, the guy you got back, you didn't get back safe. That's all I'm saying. Like, they were met with soft ears, did nothing for 17 months, and then he comes back fucking almost dead.
When Cindy and Fred met Otto at the airport, they were shocked.
We walked over to the plane. We heard this howling, involuntary, inhuman sound. Otto was on the stretcher across in the plane, and he was jerking violently, making these inhuman sounds. Otto had a shaved head. He had a feeding tube coming out of his nose. He was blind. He was deaf.
We got Otto Warmbier back. Like, you see the point I'm trying to make? You see the point? That's all I was just trying to say. Can we lock back in on this poor guy that's dying, right? Like, that's all I was just trying to say is like, why are you giving a speech like it's a fucking victory, bro? Like,
He was taken to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center's Neuroscience Intensive Care Unit, where extensive imaging and diagnostic tests immediately began.
His vital signs were stable upon arrival and have remained so.
He doesn't need...
He was blind, deaf, on a feeding tube, and convulsing violently. Wow.
help breathing, no signs of infection.
What do we know why? Do we know why they sent him back? Like, did North Korea just ship him back? Fern didn't fill that. He said the Swedish liaison couldn't contact North Korea. Nothing happened for 17 months, and then randomly they're informed that he's unconscious and he's shipped back to the United States. So what? Like, North Korea, like, almost killed the guy and went, oh, fuck, now this is going to be a problem. We got to send him back.
No dysfunction of non-neurological organs. His neurological condition, though, is described as unresponsive wakefulness,
Oh, were they, like, electrocuting him or something?
what used to be called a vegetative state. He blinks. Sometimes his eyes open, but he isn't aware of his surroundings and doesn't respond to verbal commands.
Oh, are you not supposed to say that anymore? I thought that was like a fucking medical term. No, it just says it's unresponsive. A vegetative state or unresponsive wakefulness syndrome means a person is awake but shows no signs of awareness, purposeful response to their environment, and this is due to severe brain damage. Yeah, so they were like torturing him.
To see how he came home was too much for us, but I almost passed out, but I got it together and I rode in the ambulance with him because I did not want him to be alone anymore. He'd been alone for way too long.
He's surrounded by his loved ones, but his condition soon worsens. He develops a high fever, 40 degrees Celsius. Fred and Cindy Warmbier are told that he'll never wake up, and they ask to have his feeding tube removed. 6 days after his release, Otto is dead. The news travels across the world.
The family of Otto Warmbier has said goodbye.
Valid. That's what I'm saying, dude. When you get told that they're never going to wake up and they're just going to be perpetually kept alive on machines, it's time, you know?
Nach dem Tod des
Sad.
Studenten Otto Warmbier.
Otto Warmbier скончался после возвращения из тюрьмы в Северной Корее.
Otto Warmbier murió pocos días después de ser entregado a los...
And what's so bad is we won't even know what they did to him, right? Because it's like, if he had woken up, he could have been like, Jesus Christ, and like told his story of like the North Korean prison camps and how they tortured him and all this other stuff, but he's fucking dead. So it's just like they literally just got sent a body.
而在台湾时间今天20号凌晨去世。
The American student who fell into a coma while in North Korean custody and has died.
On June 22, in Wyoming, Ohio, more than 2,500
There's a city named Wyoming, Ohio.
people attend his funeral. The condition in which Otto Warmbier came back to the U.S. and his
I did not know that there were cities that had the state name for a city. 500 people attended his funeral. Wow.
Wyoming, Ohio, more than 2,500
They always say the impact on the people you had in your life is determined by how many people show up at your death.
people attend his funeral. The condition in which Otto Warmbier came back to the U.S. and his subsequent death are discussed nationwide. He left the United States in good health. He returned on the brink of death.
Do you know what happened to him in North Korea?
That are like lazy.
Well, he would approve you, but he wouldn't approve anybody that's like lazy or like not doing it for a real cause.
This is ridiculous.
No, this is serious.
We don't live in North Korea. Thank you.
Oh my!
Dude, North Korea, you wouldn't even have a car. North Korea, bro, you're riding a bike to work.
God.
I'm gonna say it. I don't care.
We can go to the next one,
I
but
mean,
I
maybe
think
if we lived in Russia.
I think this one's
If we lived
good.
in Russia. Next.
Yo, the lady in the back might be the goat.
If we lived in Russia, maybe.
She might be the goat.
We have new adjustments for the education system to change the game.
Oh, fuck. This might blow it, bro. This is racist.
Recent data reveals students' test scores have plummeted to historic lows, threatening our community's future. Who's ready to flip the script?
Well, let's see what you got.
Let's make it happen by transitioning our teacher staff from our current diverse lineup to a selective high
Oh my God, all Asian people?
achieving team proven to deliver exceptional results. Any feedback?
Let's not look at skin color and just look at the scores.
No, these are literally the highest achievers.
Yeah, we didn't look at skin color. They're actually the highest. They're literally the highest achievers in this area. They're very hardworking.
Well, you know, kids are usually, 7 hours a day at school. So, having really good teachers dramatically changed their life.
You can have all the good teachers you want, but if you don't have an infrastructure and
At home.
money, it's not going to work.
And all kids are at different learning levels, so there you go.
Yeah.
Do they speak good English? That's another
Next.
thing to do.
Ooh, that's a little racy. That's a little racy. Whoa, they're the highest test scores. They just happen to be Asian. Whoa, now you're saying whether or not they speak English.
I don't think they want to go next. I don't think it ends right here.
We're bringing some opinions out of the crowd right now. We're fucking. This is a surefire way to fucking get some people's minds racing, dude. You get some. You do this town meeting, they're just gonna start fucking spewing shit.
Dude, this is not gonna be good.
Okay. Jay?
Is he laughing?
Jeremiah?
He's laughing.
And rest assured,
He's totally laughing.
Is he laughing right now?
He's totally laughing. That's a laugh. That's a laugh. What
Oh, they get penalized for laughs?
is he doing? And guys, every time the presenters laugh, that's 1 point off their score at the end.
and rest assured, he's been sneezing a lot. And rest assured, 12% of their salaries will fund their Uber rides to and from schools. It's a win-win situation. Sharper minds in class and fewer risks on the road.
This really sounds racist. I don't know what to do.
It is pretty racist.
It is.
What is Jay doing? He's laughing again?
Are you
Dude,
serious?
he looks like he's fented out. What the fuck was it? Why is he laughing?
Yeah, I feel like it'd be better if he just outwardly laughed than like leaning down, like they know he's giggling.
Stupid.
That's not a good. He wrote it.
Stupid. I'm gonna. So what? It's stupid.
What's stupid?
The whole thing.
We have more
Bro, he's not breaking character at all.
policies that you guys will probably like. So
While we're on the topic of education, immigration is good, but it's a problem when they don't speak English.
I already know I don't like this.
Fortunately, we have a solution. Allowing immigrants to learn English at
Bro! Yo! That's his third laugh!
Jay is throwing.
Hey, I don't care though. They're gonna be doing the fucking punishment.
allow immigrants to learn English at elementary schools.
Oh, these are going downhill pretty fast.
I'm not against it, but I thought they were already doing that. In a lot of
They're not in here.
Thought they were doing that. What? She thought they were just having like random 40-year-old immigrants sitting in at like a first grade class. What do you mean she already thought they were doing that? What?
They're not here. So this will help them learn the basics so they can integrate flawlessly in America.
So they would be in school with the elementary students
Yeah,
at the same
yeah.
time?
So just to double up, like, so we can save pay on like the teachers to.
I just say no.
I mean, learning with children might be a little weird, but
Well, maybe the children can learn life experience from the older people.
Maybe children could learn life experience from the older people.
No, thank you.
No?
No, thank you. Don't
Yo, they're done. They're fucking done.
I wouldn't feel safe with my kids with adults.
Well, we have teachers in the classroom and security and officers.
Oh my God, that would just be so. That's just that is really a bad idea.
Would you install like TSA metal detectors?
TSA, bro. Why? I feel like you got to be doing that already now. What? That's a dumb fucking question. You gonna be installing TSA? Oh, brother, yo, there's fucking 300 school shootings in the last fucking year, man. Like, we already need to do that.
For individuals like that come into the classroom?
Why do you say that?
Oh, because he's foreign. It's a joke, Joe. That guy is not joking. That guy is not joking. He's saying install metal detectors in TSA because they're immigrants.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
Individuals like him or the kid right here?
That guy makes me nervous. That guy looks like he wants to blow the classroom up. I wouldn't be saying.
Oh, is this still a joke? Yeah, for that one chatter. That's just racist, bro. What? That's actually wild. I feel like the crowd is saying more crazy shit than like these dumb presentation ideas they're putting forth.
Nervous. That guy looks like he wants to blow the classroom up. I wouldn't be saying.
No, I don't.
Looks like he wants to blow the classroom up. I feel like he looks like, bro, what? He looks like he has money, if anything, if you're trying to fucking stereotype him off of like, what? Like, what do you mean it looks like he wants to blow the classroom up? That's absurd.
I don't think he would do that.
He's here to learn English.
How do you know?
He's just trying to learn English.
How do you know?
Dude, everyone is against them. I don't think they have anyone on their side here.
That's good feedback then, right? Thank you guys so much. Seriously, this is amazing. It's no secret we have a homelessness crisis.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Have you ever had a sleeping homeless person blocking your path?
Yeah, you see them, but...
You don't see them, but they're not blocking you.
Some of us have and some of us haven't. What are you saying about this?
Well, we have a plan to get homeless people off the streets for good.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
We'll make front yards public so homeless people...
They can just fall asleep in your yard
and get off the streets.
Oh, no.
No, thank you.
What about their neighbors? That would never work. You're just making people's front yards their permanent homes? No.
Not their permanent home.
People don't pay and buy a house and property tax every year to have somebody sleep on their front yard. And where are they going to go to the bathroom? That's ridiculous.
They're gonna go to the bathroom on the lawn.
They'll probably use the bathroom on the lawn though, like a dog.
Thumbs down.
No.
Thumbs down. Thumbs down on this one.
Before we go...
Bro, I feel like there's no way back to back. Like, they gotta have some good ideas in the middle. You know what I mean? Because this seems... Like, by the third idea, I'd go, these people are fucking joking. You know? Like, this is a meme. If they had, like, one bad, two good, one really bad, I'd be like, okay, what?
In the next city plan, we want to be
In our city, who wants to see harsher penalties for criminals?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
What? Harsher penalties for criminals? I think it depends on the person. I would rather see more reform input for criminals. I'd rather have criminals get help than just putting them in a worse situation to where when they come out, they want to commit more crimes. Because that's like the current U.S. prison system. Is like they get in, they aren't rehabilitated, they come out worse, and then they commit more crimes.
Yeah, me too.
Starting soon, the following crimes will now have a minimum fine of $500.
Jaywalking. Littering, yeah, littering. I feel like that's, bro, when I see trash on the side of the road, that pisses me off. Not like trash like a tissue or like a cigarette butt. When I see trash on the side of the road, like somebody just threw a bottle out of their car window. Like, I'm not going to be some Karen and be like, oh, it's the end of the world. But it's like, bro, what? Like, it'll be like wrappers of stuff. Like, they'll eat food and just chuck it out the window. Just fucking keep it in your car and throw it away when you fucking get home.
Littering. Loitering.
What? That's like the cringiest crime. Loitering.
Have a minimum fine of $5. Stand without a permit.
Operating a lemonade stand without a permit. That's really funny, though. Walking up to like a 6-year-old that's just trying to make, $10 on a weekend selling lemonade. Excuse me, sir. Do you have permission to be selling lemonade here? Have you gotten the city's permit?
Ridiculous.
Not for the lemonade.
Not for the lemonade.
Well,
they don't pay taxes on that though.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, that's true. Hey, that's true. Hot dog stands got to be paying $1 million a spot at times. $1 million a spot in New York City. You're telling me this kid could be selling lemonade on the side of the road for free? But he's got to learn the way the business world works, okay? Tell him to kick rocks. Yeah, 420 momentum's right on that one. Tell that kid to fuck off.
It's a kid.
It's a kid trying to do something. They're not bringing
Yeah, it's a kid trying to learn the way to fucking hustle money. And guess what? His ass selling lemonade for 50 cents. 50 cents a cup. Yo, I know that shit's just Minute Maid.
Sense. It's like you guys lost common sense.
All right. So.
All right, we don't gotta give him a ticket. We'll just break their lemonade stand. Just kick one of the fucking spokes out.
spill their lemonade on the ground.
This one?
No.
No. Okay. We've even decided to make some changes to social media usage. Arrest people for criticizing the government on social media.
No. It's part of the First Amendment. Can you name the 5 elements of the First Amendment? Do you know?
No.
We should just move to Russia then.
Or North Korea. Let's just move to North
They love referencing Russia and North Korea.
Korea.
North Korea is a dictatorship. America isn't.
North Korea is a dictatorship. America isn't.
That's where we're heading if you want to do this.
No. This is just for safety.
I don't need the government to give me safety. See, that's the difference. You're so young, you haven't had a lot of life experience yet.
She said she doesn't need the government to give her safety. I will say, yeah, the government shouldn't be arresting you for you criticizing the government, but you do want the government to provide you some sort of safety, like the police. That's the government. That's like your local government. You pay taxes, and that pays the police force. Yeah. So you do need the government to protect you. You do need the government. You're gonna have running your area and making sure, or the mafia. You're gonna fucking pay them, and they'll protect you.
Yes.
No. On to the next.
No, okay.
Let's discuss how we can use AI to help our city, shall we? Who here is sick and tired of crime in their city?
Everybody is.
We will have a new plan to stop crime before it happens. Enlist AI police robots to predict crimes before they happen.
No.
Predict? No,
Predict?
thank you.
Yeah, they can predict it.
Yeah.
No.
This guy's vibing with it. He's shaking his head.
Okay, we're gonna say no.
This lady's grilling him.
Using advanced state-of-the-art AI, robots can detect patterns to catch criminals fast.
Oh man. What's the metric? What is that color palette on the bottom?
The metric right here, Jay wrote it, yeah?
So you see the threat detected here. The AI will detect the threat, and then police will be involved quick and able to get them.
You're not guilty until you do the crimes. It's stupid.
Well, we can predict, like, actually, we can predict 90% of the time, and it's always right 90% of the time.
What's
This is dumb.
This is the dumbest stuff I've
I
ever
don't even know why I'm Maria.
No.
Now we can profile with 90% accuracy.
Well, now we can profile with 90% accuracy.
No, it hasn't even worked. Even license plates readers are wrong.
But that's humans. AI is smarter.
That's humans, though. AI is way smarter.
No, it's not.
AI is made by human input though, and there's bias.
Well, they evolve by itself.
We're ready for the next one. No, next.
We're gonna go to the next one for her.
Yo, they're already on thin ice. This is bad, bro.
Dude, this one's bad. This one's bad.
Let's talk about minority representation. It's unfair that oppressed groups only get 1 month to celebrate what makes them special. So we created a new year-round solution to this problem. We were installed
6 weeks later. Guess where he is?
Exactly. 6 weeks later, signs to a Saudi team.
He took all the oil money. I've lost a ton of respect for him.
Ronaldo is a cog in the system of Vision 2030.
Biggest name in the sport to join the Saudi-backed Live.
I do wonder, I'm not saying this would ever occur. I'm not saying this would ever occur. I'm not saying this is what's happening, and I'm not implying that this is what's happening. Is there a chance that it's like, they come to Ronaldo and they go, hey, we'll pay you $2 billion to do this. And he's like, nah. And they go, I wouldn't say no if I were you. You know, like if you're a rich and famous guy and somebody that's 5,000 times as wealthy as you is like, I want you to do this. And you go, no. I'm not suicidal. Knock on wood. I'm not suicidal. I'm not implying that. I'm actually curious. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm saying, like, you could theoretically just be like, hey, if you don't do this, your life's probably going to be a lot harder.
Golf League, Phil Mickelson faced the music today.
No matter how successful this tournament could ever be, it can't counteract someone being murdered, can it?
Nobody here condones human rights.
Bro was not ready for that question.
Violations. But again, I love this game of golf. I've seen the good that it's done.
Can you just clarify what you're apologising for? Is it you're sorry for speaking the truth about the Saudis, or are you sorry for the shameless hypocrisy of taking their money anyway?
But the pressure is on all defecting golfers to...
I would assume if there's some contract that they're signing that there's probably not an NDA, but some sort of clause where it's like, hey, you're not allowed to talk about this.
answer the moral question. How much money
If a reporter asks you a question about this, just say, I don't know.
are you willing to take to ignore human rights abuses?
And even after enduring some of the most painful grilling of all time, Turkey's method is simply bulletproof. Fast forward to 2025, this year's plans are their biggest so far.
That is a big
What are they doing with iShowSpeed? Bro, how much do you think they're paying him? He's starting his own soccer league. I think that's what it is, right?
surprise with him next year in basketball. He's a great man, and he have a great idea, and we.
Bro, Shaq has made money in every single marketplace that you could ever make money. Shaq gummies. Shaq was a DJ. Shaq did an Old Spice ad. Shaq's done insurance ads. Shaq's done fucking banking ads. Shaq's done NBA. Shaq's done everything. Like, that is the least surprising. Like, them getting Shaq is not surprising to me.
The entertainment sector is branching out to content creators, and now, even comedy.
We're going to talk about the crisis in Spain. Yeah, we're going to talk about the crisis in Africa. Yeah, Russia. And I want to talk about...
Sorta.
Though this is no democracy, and there are...
What the fuck was that?
Red lines.
The sex and religions and this Trump job. I don't know what's Trump job.
Was that like a skit?
But
politics.
Yes, exactly.
Despite the country's insistence that conditions have changed, free speech is one thing that's not quite there yet.
A Saudi blogger was sentenced to 1,000 lashes for running a website advocating free speech in the country.
Needless to say, no one's expecting a comedy-related event anytime soon. But against all odds,
they're giving out lashes?
Turkey does it. 2 weeks, and over 50 of the world's most popular comedians, making this easily the biggest comedy festival in history. Definitely the most expensive.
Behind me, there is a big mountain. You cannot see.
Who did they get? Gabriel Iglesias. They already talked about a bunch of other people. Aziz, Pete Davidson, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle. Why are they cartoons? That's the podcast guys. I always forget their names.
Definitely the most expensive.
Behind me, there is a big mountain. You cannot see the end of the mountain.
Just like the previous buyouts, some people turned down the money outright.
They were asking me to go to the Middle East soon.
What? Where? Why?
Saudi Arabia and UAE.
Dubai?
I think I'm gonna pass.
Yeah. For the troops? Is it for the troops?
I swear to God, they probably offered Shane. They probably offered Shane like $30 million.
Not for the troops. It's for the Saudis.
For the fucking like 3-day adventure.
For the Saudi princes?
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Everyone's doing it. It's like, for Saudis?
Yeah.
Weren't those the 9/11 guys?
But in the end, they get a...
See, now I don't... Entirely different thing. You know, see, now that's, well, that was also probably, I don't know if he was joking or not, because this is a podcast. Regardless, yeah, a little on the nose, a little more than on the nose. I would say that's like, the problem with Saudi Arabia now is what has been, being discussed in this entire video. 9/11 is literally like an extremist group that did terrorism in the United States in 2001. Right. I think that is separate from modern day Saudi Arabia or just Middle Eastern people.
I think I'm going to go.
You're going to go?
Well,
and from there, it's follow the leader.
September 11th, theater at MSG, and then September 27th, Saudi Arabia with...
Yeah, I love how they're shouting it out. Oh my God, yeah, I'm going to fly over to the fucking UAE right now. Oh my God, October 9th? Oh, dude, I'm fucking free. Let me hop on a fucking $8,000 flight over to the fucking UAE.
Doing it too, right?
I am.
Yeah, that's what I said.
October 8th. I figured the 7th would have been important, so
People talk about it here and there. However, it's not until 7 months later that people really start to express concern. Television actor Zach Woods posts a video to TikTok giving his 2 cents.
All of your favorite comedians are performing at the pleasure of Turki Al-Sheikh, and he is the head of the entertainment authority over there, and he has so many people thrown in prison because they tweeted stuff he didn't like about the soccer team or whatever, that there's a wing of a prison nicknamed after him where they hang people by their heels from the ceiling.
Now all the other comedians who turned it down start to speak up, and things get heated fast. Atsuko Okatsuka posts screenshots of her contract to Threads. Comedy fans...
That's got to be a legal bind. Posting screenshots of the contract publicly. Artists shall not prepare or perform any material that can degrade, defame, or bring into public disrepute, contempt,
scandal, embarrassment, or ridicule the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, including leadership, public figures, Saudi Arabia, royal family, legal system, or government, any religion, religious tradition, religious figure, or religious practice.
See it, and most of them are immediately drawn to the list of prohibited topics, which it appears their favorite comedians have agreed to. They can't perform any material that's considered to degrade, defame, or bring into public disrepute, contempt, scandal, entertainment, or ridicule the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, including its leadership, public...
So Matt Rife isn't going? Yeah, Matt Rife doing a bunch of crowd work. So, hey, what do you do for a living? Just struggling on stage. All the people in the front row, just billionaires. Billionaires. Can't make fun of them. Oh, you all the way in the 450th row. What do you do? Oh, my God. You're also a billionaire?
While some of the bigger names make sense, a lot of them have built careers around being the free speech guys. Guys who push the boundaries.
Davidson went as far and even...
Yeah, that is very confusing that, like, some of the comedians that outwardly make fun of religion and just, like, anyone are now... not able to do that.
Call the crowd names like idiots and terms we can't say on TV.
Naturally, when fans hear they've essentially signed away their rights, they feel betrayed.
I am shocked at some of the names and not so surprised at others. I think that they have blood on their hands. I think
YouTube at Gay Ass Podcast.
It's disgusting.
You taking that money literally invalidates everything you've been doing for your whole career and the shit you've been talking.
Exactly.
So that's what comes with that. Yeah. Now you look like you full of shit.
Right.
Comedian Dave Cross drew attention for a statement on his website, quote, "I'm disgusted and deeply disappointed in this whole gross thing that people I admire with unarguable talent would condone this totalitarian thief."
Imagine all of them did say no, though, and then they had a really, like, grift towards, like, the bottom tier, C tier, like, early 2000s comedians. On the comedy special at Saudi Arabia, we have Rob Schneider. You remember him from Benchwarmers. Rob Schneider. We have all the side characters in all the Adam Sandler movies.
To resurface, showing the comedian's apparent hypocrisy.
But then didn't Chris Rock say he doesn't like going to university campuses anymore?
None of us do, because we're not going to play by their rules. You're ruining free speech.
I saw so many liberal white comics talking on us. First of all, we never been the truth to power guys.
We've never been the ones out here. Like, there are people that are getting pushback, and like, based on some that they had said in the past, I kind of get it.
I feel like you're part of a movement in the last 10 years by comedians to be like, hey, let us say whatever we want.
Sure.
It's a kind of a free speech movement.
I feel like the response you have to have if you accept it is the money made it not matter, you know? Because, like, I think that's, like, right on. Yeah, you're hitting it right on the nose there. Like, you're just flat out being like, yeah, they paid me enough to where I don't care. But, like, I would kind of respect that more than just, like, beating around the bush. You know what I mean? Yeah, they paid me fucking $80 million, so I don't give a fuck.
Huge free speech absolutist.
My job is not to self-censor, right? Because there's no real censorship in our culture. You can say what you want, right? Not freedom of consequence. People will be upset. Was sentenced to 1,000 lashes.
Some of them are even condemning other people for taking the same kind of work.
Yeah. You know, like, Burr's getting all this pushback, and it's like the first time I've seen in his career him not, like, aware of why it's happening.
Beyonce and Mariah Carey actually did private New Year's gigs for $1 million. Did New Year's gigs for Gaddafi's kids. Can you believe that? How much money do you need to make, you know?
This Messi deal is crazy. He turned down $1 billion from the Saudi government to go play in the United States.
A lot of times these athletes validate themselves through the contract that they get, even if they don't need the money. Right? And these contracts that you can get from Saudi or some of these oil states are so exorbitant, it makes you feel in the twilight of your career that you're still that dude. And maybe that's why Cristiano accepted it.
Oh, I didn't really think about that either, because they always get you on the back end. That is true. That's why they're not getting, like, Shane or other people that are, like, comedians that are kind of, like, at the peak or the climax of their career now, and they're more likely to say no. Saudi Arabia or, like, a lot of the leagues they built are, like, built out of people that are on the last 5-year stretch of their career. Like, Ronaldo's not going to be playing 10 years from now.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that.
During the lead-up, Bill Burr and most of the other comedians decide to stay quiet. But a few like Tim Dillon decide it's only fair for the fans to face the noise and put everything on the table.
I obviously don't agree with Saudi Arabian policies on women and things like that.
Yeah.
Is it my business to tell Saudi Arabia how to live? Truly.
How big was the check?
$375,000 for one show.
I feel
For one night, he's getting $375K.
I will feel safe.
Dude, and that's one guy, and he's probably not even a headliner.
In Riyadh, I believe in luxury.
Like he's probably like a fucking pre-show. Like I doubt Tim Dillon would be the headline. He's a big comedian, but he got kicked off of it for saying that stuff. They didn't let him go. That probably broke his contract. Kevin Hart's getting paid. I'm telling you right now, Kevin Hart ain't going to fucking Saudi Arabia for $375K. Kevin Hart's probably going for 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, fucking 50 million. Kevin Hart makes fucking $100 million in a goddamn stupid movie that loses $800 million. Like, Kevin Hart makes that in fucking one line in a movie. Failed end of the world predictions. Papa Meat.
I don't want to set the world.
The recent one on TikTok. What do you think those people are doing now? If you don't know about that, there was a lot of people on TikTok recently that were selling their homes and cars and giving away all their items, putting their kids up for adoption. Not a lot. It was probably like 100 people. But there were people that definitively tried to get like rid of all their goods for the rapture because they believed that the world was ending and the devil or demons were going to take over Earth and they were going to be sucked into heaven. And there were like rapture tip videos on how you should stand outside so you don't get stuck on your ceiling, which I thought was kind of stupid because if you were getting raptured, you would think that God would just be able to morph you through the wall. But a lot of people were seemingly worried that there would be something blocking their headspace and they would be kind of stuck to the ceiling like you're in one of those UFO carnival rides. And God would be trying to rapture you, but he would give up because your drywall was blocking you.
Welcome back to the Papa Beat channel. How you doing? Coming in and sitting down because today we're going to...
roofs are rapture proof.
Talk about end of the world predictions. Throughout time, there has always been the prevalent belief that we are living in the end times, right? We are always living in the end times, whether it's natural disasters, nationwide pandemics, or something based on religious scripture. It's always a looming fear that hangs upon many people's heads. People have predicted when the world will...
I do kind of wish... Whoa. I do kind of wish that... Sorry, that I lost my train of thought there. There was a lot of... Okay. Anyways, I kind of wish that I was around... Well, I was around, but not 10. I was 10 years old during the 2012 apocalypse. Anybody remember that? Like, I didn't hear about that shit until way later. I kind of wish that I was able to experience in my current conscious form the mass hysteria that was the 2012 apocalypse, where a lot of people full believed that the world was going to end in 2012.
Meet its end, even as far back as the first millennium. These predictions often resulted in a mass hysteria, with believers going to great lengths to prepare themselves physically and emotionally for their fine.
I love Doomsday Preppers, though. That show's awesome. My favorite part is the first 5-second intro. My name's Dale, and I'm getting ready for a fucking sun flare. There's a lot of realistic ones like that. And then it'll be like, my name's... I don't know why I'm always doing like a brutish Southern male, but my name's John, and I'm getting ready for the zombie apocalypse. Okay, pal. He himself is also working on the rabies offshoot that he wants to unleash to the public because he wants the zombie apocalypse to happen a little too much.
Day. The most recent iteration of this endlessly recurring phenomenon can be found on TikTok, taking shape in a specific community known as Christian talk.
A very small subsection of Christian talk, though. Like the majority of it was like 99.9% of Christians on Christian talk were like, guys, the rapture's not happening tomorrow. Guys, this is a little unreal.
The only God, the white Christian God. Jesus, blonde hair, blonde mullet, blue eyes, flip-flops, and a Dale Earnhardt tattoo. The Intimidator. Recently, there has been a ton of Christians on TikTok freaking out about the rapture that was set to take place on September 23rd and 24th. That was rapture talk grew as...
Bro, what I hate about this is, say at some point, it's in our lives, we have like, what was that movie with the meteor with Leonardo DiCaprio? And the meteor was going to hit Earth, and like nobody believed it initially. It will straight up be Don't Look Up. If we have a Don't Look Up scenario where like a meteor is hauling towards Earth and we're all going to die, I will be so viscerally upset. Number one, that Earth's going to explode. But more so, the amount of people that would be like, this is it. This is the sitting there acting like they got that shit right. Like every time there's some drama shit, bro, somebody being like, yeah, I could have predicted this from the start. I've been saying this the whole time. Yeah, there would be a few dickheads that would be like, I actually knew the meteor was going to hit. This was God's plan for me all along. He told me when I was 12. Okay.
The movement spread and became more popular. Thousands of people were posting about how they fully believe.
Oh no, get ready, the king is coming. So excited. 9/23/24. Also, aren't you not supposed to know if you're going to heaven or hell? Like, isn't that saying if you're like, yeah, I'm getting raptured? Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting raptured. You're not. Get ready, because this is going to be really exciting. Like, that's kind of like narcissistic that you're outwardly saying that you're definitively getting raptured because you're such a good boy. Like, yes, you believe in God, but even accepting Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you should always be like on edge. Based on how I've learned about Christianity my entire life, is that like nobody's ever 100% safe. Unless you're literally declared a saint in the Catholic Church long after you die.
That the end times were coming. Some were overjoyed, while others were stricken with intense grief. Oh God, we're gonna die. It's a bummer. This all began when South African pastor Joshua Mikela claimed to have...
Wrong? Really? How? How are you... You're supposed to know definitively that you're going to heaven? There should always be some level of unease. No? Correct me if I'm wrong, genuinely.
A vision of Jesus telling him of his return to earth. According to Josh, he saw Jesus on a throne telling him, I am coming soon.
I am coming soon.
Jesus then told him dates of his arrival, which were 2 weeks out.
Bro doing a podcast with a bare brick in the motherfucking back, telling me that the rapture's coming on September.
From his vision. A clip of an interview with Josh talking about his vision blew up and started the whole craze. But no one could have predicted the mass hysteria that would follow. It was pretty shocking. Right out of the gate, people began to post videos of themselves preparing their houses for the people left behind.
If you're seeing this and you're still here, I'm so sorry that you didn't make it. At least you're here getting to do all the sins that you wanted to do. And
the guy that bought her car for $1 the day after the rapture when she comes back asking for it back. The guy that's actively in a fucking U-Haul moving into her house when she walks back to her house. Sorry.
Be naughty with your fellow sinners. I don't know. Maybe you can make the best out of it. But yeah, goodbye.
Bro, like, what are those people doing right now? Like, I want to know so bad. They're out. Do you think they just moved? Like, do you think they've moved past that? Have to have. But there's no way. Like, there's no way your entire being believes that the world's going to end, and then a month later, you're not in shambles. Like, I feel like you would be distraught for like a year if you fully felt that the world was definitively going to end.
Yeah, if anybody's here after the...
But they're like, it's not, honestly, it's not even like they've been misled. It's like a level of like mental instability, bro. Like that's, like it's not like, oh, you're just like hyper religious. No, it's like you're like falling for a podcast clip of a fucking pastor saying that he saw a vision the world's gonna end.
Rapture, because my ass is going up. I got a jacuzzi back there. Feel free to use it, Bo. bozo. One woman stocked up on candles and Bibles, as well as leaving behind laminated note cards of script.
Why are you stocking up on Bibles? The world's ending. You're getting sucked into the sky in a blue beam of light. What the fuck?
Bibles.
Oh, is she handing these out to people? Jesus loves you. If this woman handed me a fucking Bible that said Jesus loved you, and then I didn't get raptured, and earth was set on blaze, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, what the fuck is this doing for me? I'm dead.
As well as leaving behind laminated note.
What did that say? It's not you?
As well as leaving behind laminated note.
It's not too late. I gotta read that.
And laminated.
It's not too late to take this Bible, find other believers. Be careful who you trust. Do not take the mark in hand or forehead. Huh?
Note cards of scripture.
Where did everybody go? Many people vanished because they believe in Jesus Christ, Son of God. And in something, take them to heaven. This is God to save those who trust him.
For the sinners who she believed would enter.
Oh my God, this
home.
is like so reminding me of when I left the gym one day and some dude shoved a fucking card in my door and I read it in my car and he was claiming to be Jesus Christ in the flesh. And he was asking for, like, help in his search to create his own new, like, subsect of... I've told you guys this story. This was, like, a year and a half ago. Maybe 2 years ago. I left the gym, and there was a dude that shoved, like, a pamphlet in my fucking car door. And I read it, and he literally was claiming to be the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. Like, he was... I wish I kept it. I threw it out, and it was, like... full-blown religious psychosis. It was the craziest thing I've ever read from, like, a random guy.
Probably fornicate with each other, because what else are they going to do with hell on earth?
It's true. No rules.
Did you get an autograph? No, I didn't see the dude. It was just in my door.
Like Jesus said, I am going to come in 2 weeks, and I'm going to take all of the sinners and leave them.
Do you think he meant the other come?
Yeah, what if that was the thing? What if Joshua's right and he was like, hey, by the way, Joshua, I'm going to come in 2 weeks. I cannot wait for that day.
Jesus, what?
Whoa! Other believers began quitting their jobs, selling their cars, and rumors spread that some people were even selling their homes. According to one user online, her psychiatrist permanently closed her practice because she fully believed that the rapture was coming. A psychiatrist. She completely abandoned her patients and began posting TikToks about her excitement for...
I think you probably shouldn't be going to that psychiatrist to begin with, but I think that's honestly a good thing. I think... if you have a psychiatrist and she shuts down her business because she fully believes the rapture is coming, I think, honestly, you've probably done yourself a solid to find another psychiatrist.
The end times. Her patients were left in disbelief and shared her videos showing how insane she looked for abandoning her decade-long practice and for posting about TikTok.
Thank you, Rapture Talk, for making me get rid of everything they own for free and not care. Why does she have 9 fucking cameras from like 2003?
Online.
My God, why do you have so many cameras?
Wow.
Well, that's the thing. If it's just going to happen, you got a 2-week heads up. Take a 2 weeks vacation. See if it,
No. I'm closing it down. It's the principal, Nick. Because she's like, it doesn't matter. We're free. She's letting them know, too. She's making a statement, right?
The world's biggest pride flag.
Hell no.
Are you joking? Do you guys disagree with that? I'm like,
Yeah,
I feel.
it's gonna make us too soft. It's gonna make Orange County too soft. We can't go out like that.
I feel like it would help, people come out and be more prideful.
It's too gay out here already, so I don't think we need that.
This guy's having some take. You see the reaction? The lip synced. Oh my God.
Okay. 300 feet of gayness.
I get the response of being like, all right, erecting the biggest flag in the world in the middle of your city is just odd in general, regardless of what the flag is. But then to be like, yeah, we already have too many gay people.
What about a nice big American flag that has just everybody on it?
Well, this is...
What do you mean everybody on it? Everybody on it? What does that mean? Like, you're going to have a U.S. flag and then you're going to put other flags within it?
The new American flag.
Good, it covers everyone. Move on.
Yeah.
Everybody's covered.
Yeah. Is good? Good? Yes?
No.
Yes? No?
No.
Yes, right here? Yes, I think that a lot. Oh, that's a no.
Yes, right here. Yes, right here, pointing at the lady with the choose kindness shirt in rainbow text.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry about that.
Wait. I think there's something else.
Okay, cool.
And don't worry, it can be easily seen at night with our 9,000-watt spotlights.
Oh my God.
Next.
Next. She's actually the GOAT, dude. I love this lady. I actually love this lady. You're gonna say, fun fact, we actually took these lights from the 9/11.
L homophobia? No, I don't think, I understand the video's a joke. I'm saying, I don't think it's homophobic to be like, well, no, that just doesn't make sense to spend the money on having that in the middle of the city. But it is homophobic to be like, oh, we already have too many fucking gay people.
Memorial.
Like, just say no. Just be like, no, that's a bad idea.
In New York.
Fun fact.
Like, he's using it more as a means to just be like, all right, I'm going to now say why I don't like gay people versus him just being like, no, this is a bad idea.
Though, we actually took these lights from the 9/11 memorial in New York.
Trying to sway some hands here.
Dead silent. Dead silent.
Jeremiah?
Let's talk about our plans for commuters. Thank you. Let's talk about our plans for commuters in our city. Have you ever had to wait over 10 minutes for an Uber?
Yeah.
Yo, I've had to wait like an hour for an Uber. I hate Ubers, bro, that pick that shit up and then don't get you. And they wait for you to cancel it so you pay a fee. Lame ass, bro. That is like, and I know it's like the system in place that makes it, that promotes that, but it's like, bro, what a loser way to be an Uber ride. Like an Uber driver. Just like, I'm going to pick calls up and then never go get them. I'm going to sit in a parking lot and wait for you to fucking cancel it. I've also had Ubers, bro. I've had Ubers that I've picked up, you know, or I picked up. I've called an Uber. It's 20 minutes away. Bro calls me. He's like, where are you going? I'm like, you know, blah, 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 here. He goes, all right. 5 minutes go by. I'm like, you're going to be here, right? Yeah. Put the phone away. You know, we're pre-gaming. We're chatting, you know, talking. I check my phone in like 15 minutes. Bro canceled the Uber 10 minutes ago. And now I got to call another one and wait another half hour, right? I talked to your ass on the phone, and I was like, you're not going to cancel, right? And he said, nah, I'll be there. Was not there. Was not there. Canceled us right after.
We have a solution to solve this rideshare wait time problem. We are going to be the first city to test government vehicle ride sharing. Commuters can simply jump onto any government vehicle for...
I'm reporting them. I had one guy, bro. I had one guy pull up. We're Ubering, and we're standing outside waiting for him. And everybody, because the bar just closed. We're all outside. There's a million people outside. He pulls up in a minivan. People are saying bye. I get in the car. He goes... hurry up! Hurry up! And I go, yo, we gotta go. Everybody gets in the car. It's 30. He's waiting for 30 seconds. And he goes, you know you're supposed to be waiting for me.
Easy transportation.
Ridiculous.
This is insulting to my intelligence.
Where's she going? Maybe she's Ubering out in the fire truck.
Any feedback?
I'd be down.
Yeah.
Down?
Yeah, I'd be down to save money too.
Say, lady in the back, let me guess. You're going to say, next.
Lady in the back, let me guess. You're going to say, next.
No, I just think it looks like it would be fun. But
see?
It would never happen.
You guys need to lighten up. It's a good thing.
Until Junior falls off and there's a lawsuit with the city and we have to pay for it.
Till Junior falls off. No, till Junior falls off in front of the front tire and gets his head crushed by the fire truck.
Up. It's a
Until
good thing.
Junior falls off and there's a
You have a kid flattened in the middle of the street.
lawsuit with the city and we have to pay for it.
But it does look fun.
This lady's the best ever, bro.
insane.
She's the best ever.
Insane. Hey, well, thank you. Please raise your hand if you support our new city plans and want to see them passed.
One? Oh my God, they just have one.
Any hand?
Why is he raising his hand when he was the one that was against every plan?
One? They just go.
So we got one hand. Thank you guys, seriously. You guys were amazing.
For the memes.
I feel like it was
a great initiative. I don't know why they didn't like it. So how many hands did we got one. How many times did this guy laugh?
He laughed 3 times. So you guys got negative two.
Okay, so
-2.
So we gotta make them laugh 3 times.
All we have to do is not laugh and we win. Yeah. We could get 0 hands, and if we don't laugh, we win. You spent the first quarter of the presentation like this.
Jay, what the f was that? You started
Bro, you were fent folding in the middle of your presentation.
Joe and Justin are up next, and remember, we made their presentation. They have no clue what's gonna be on it.
I feel like this one's gonna be hard.
If they really need these guys to laugh, the presentation is gonna be tough.
You're not evil, bro.
Y'all are cooked. No, I'm telling you, we went crazy. We went crazy. If you guys can't get more than -2 hands, you will be doing the mystery punishment.
That's pretty easy. All we have to do, the only way to get in the negatives is to laugh, and we're not gonna laugh.
You guys are gonna laugh. No, you laughed last time. Did you
confident?
not? Yeah. I think
Yeah, you low-key were giggling last time.
You're Mr. Giggle Shits, dude. Nah, trust.
Thank you guys, by the way.
Bro, the one thing I will say is, like, back when I used to watch Impractical Jokers, it's based off the crowd. You know what I mean? Like, you could just get lucky by having people that raise their hand. That, like, fuck with it because they think it's funny.
Thank you guys, by the way. Thank you.
Bro, this crowd is insane. It's like a town hall meeting.
I don't need to be professional no more.
We don't need to be professional no more. We can be we can have as much fun as possible. These guys look nervous.
No, they look
Joe and
nervous.
Justin look nervous as hell, bro.
Justin's panicking.
How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Today we have new city plans we're gonna bring. We are Joe and
Justin. Nice to meet you guys.
let's discuss the future of our city, shall we?
Good.
Cool. Thank you guys.
No, it's to warm the crowd
Don't warm up yet.
We gotta make sure they believe it.
Yup.
And then
After that.
Let's do it.
Wait, so they are gonna do it. Yeah. That's the fucking play, bro. Have 3 regular slides and then get into it.
Justin, you want to take us away?
Yeah. Who here wants to see strong relationships built between the U.S. and other countries?
Yes, please.
That would be great.
Definitely.
We don't need the tension.
this is insane.
So we're excited to announce a new infrastructure partnership between the U.S. and the U.K. In exchange for funding California development, British officials requested one small thing. A royal vacation home built right here in the heart of our city.
This is truly bizarre and beyond
Well, like they build their own castle or something for the queen.
anything I've ever heard of.
So you're opposed?
What?
You're opposed?
I feel like I would immediately think this is a joke. There's no way. I don't know. Maybe it's just like the officialness of like you actually getting paid to come to like an office building and listen to one of these talks.
This is truly bizarre and beyond anything I've ever heard of.
So you're opposed?
What?
You're opposed? Okay.
Essentially, it's a relation builder.
I think it's a little extraordinary, but if it's worth the funding, it's worth the funding.
Cool. I guess we just have to see how much it is.
It's gonna bring in $10 million, so it's sort of worth it.
The only estimate I have to give you guys a better idea is they're looking to fund about $10 million. So I think it'd be worth it, but.
That's nothing. 10 million, it doesn't, 10 million, that's not even
Yeah, 10 million on a big scale.
gonna cover like what the land costs.
It's more about a relationship. Like think about it like a political marriage.
If I was voting with the information that you gave so far, it would be like an absolute no.
So we're gonna take that as a yes.
So that's a yes for everyone?
A yes? No.
Okay. Is there a certain amount we would need? Because right now they're offering 10 million. Is there
No,
now
for me,
we're-
it's the fact that it's only British accessible.
There's an amount of money. There's an amount of money that I would also agree to it. If I was a part of the city, I'd be like, yeah, give the British people their own home if they're giving us $10 billion. If they're giving our city $100 billion, yeah, sure, they could have their own fucking lawn and castle that they're only allowed to go to.
Well, that makes it absolutely ludicrous.
All right, so I'll take it as a yes from most people.
Okay, so I could tell a little bit of uncertainty right now. We'll take that as a yes. We'll keep moving.
Let's go.
Okay.
My word, do you guys think you could do these presentations without laughing? I feel like the nervousness you would have would maybe make you not laugh, but the second I felt the crowd laugh, I feel like I would laugh.
Let's address our homelessness crisis. Who here wants to help homeless people? I mean,
of course.
A little weird, not raising your hands. See 2 people in the front here. What's going on? What's going on?
Of course. They're people. Who here wants a stronger community where we lift each other up? I mean, yeah.
2 people in the front here. Why are we not raising our hands?
Why not?
It's a no-brainer.
Los Angeles is currently facing one of the most severe homeless epidemics in the world. To ease their—
So we're going to come up with a better way to solve that homelessness problem by a situation called Adopt a Homeless Man. Each residency in the state of California and in the city of Los Angeles will each be given their own homeless person that they have to take care of for a month straight to try and get them up and back into the working society.
burden, we'll be housing 50% of LA's homeless population right here in our city.
Oh, they're just moving it from LA to there.
I think in San Diego, I think they literally have campgrounds for them.
Tell them we're gonna use the beach. That's where they're gonna stay.
I think the
Dude, wait, is this filmed in San Diego? San Diego, the homelessness situation's so weird because the different parts of like Gaslamp Quarter, there's no homeless people in Gaslamp Quarter that like sleep there, but they kind of walk around in that area, at least when I was there. But you'll walk down an alleyway and it's really bright and there's no homeless people, and then you turn left and there's just another alleyway. It's dark, pitch black, tents lined up, just homeless people everywhere.
main selling point is I think a lot of them would be looking to settle on the beach.
No.
There's no way Newport residents are
That's why we're having the meeting.
It's a $200 ticket to sleep on the beach. You'd have to change the law.
We could change that, or we could attempt.
$200 ticket to fucking sleep on the beach. What if I take a little nap? What if I fall asleep? What if I'm like having a good beach day and I get a little eepy and go wake up? And now I get a fucking $200 fine for falling asleep?
Too, because if we're taking on 50% of them.
Dude, that's a lot of people.
So on this one, again.
How do they know if I was asleep? What if I'm like, no, I wasn't. My eyes were just closed. Sir, you were snoring. It was a vocal stim.
Seems like we will be taking on 50%. I think that's the consensus.
I think it's a no.
No.
Okay.
Are you trying to goad us? You've said no.
No. Okay, I understand. Thank you. Okay.
So let's talk about waste management in our city. We are adding smart trash cans that notify the city when they're full.
I like that. Yeah. Why not?
Quick and easy so they're not over.
Yo, you know what I want added? A fucking hole in the ground and a metal box, and I could just go fucking piss in it. Why in every big city do I have to walk into a place of business? 80% of the time they don't have a bathroom. If they do have a bathroom, I have to pay to use it, and I'm not allowed to pee in the alleyway. Oh, why don't we do what the Europeans do this? Europeans have this. Somewhere, I'm pretty sure in like Denmark or somewhere they have this, where it's just a wall. It's like a walkway wall, and then you take a left and it's a box, and it's just a fucking hole in the ground. And you just piss in it. Fuck you. Why don't we have these in the U.S.? A pee curl. You just walk in, you take a piss, and you leave.
Overflowing. Perfect. Good. Dude, we're going to fuck him on the neck. Absolutely. Just boom.
So let's talk about the job market, shall we? Our city just hit the highest unemployment rate ever, but we have a solution to save that all. Kids 8 and up will be allowed to work.
It's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Give them something to do.
Depends on the job.
Keep them out of trouble.
Exactly.
Say, bills are getting expensive, kids need help too.
I mean, the bills are getting expensive. You know, I think the kids got to pitch in
That's
too.
not the kid. Not an 8-year-old.
I mean, a job like picking up trash on the beach or something like that?
Yeah.
That's possible. I mean, we just happen to use this photo, but
Of them making coffees as baristas.
like you said, it could be picking up trash on the beach.
Is there a job that an 8-year-old could work that wouldn't be immoral? Running games at a fair. Like, I don't know. Factories? No. Dog walking. That I wouldn't want them. That would be unsafe. There's no job like an 8-year-old could have that isn't unsafe or immoral.
Currently,
Building lemonade stands. Yeah, lemonade stands. But they have to pay the $500 fine to be able, they have to pay the city permit to be able to use the lemonade stand.
I don't want to have a kid if I have to pay for his ass.
Like Justin.
And they also better have way less odds of happening. But when it's like, hey, there's like a 0.00001% chance that this asteroid threads a keyhole and then kills us in 30 years, nobody's worried. Do you think if we had a 30-year chance, though, like if we had a 30-year time frame, I feel like humans could destroy the asteroid. That would be the whole goal. If that asteroid threads the keyhole, society from then on for the next, 27 years or however long that shit is, it's 2.7%. That's really high.
Wait, what? It's a 2.7% chance? The asteroid Apophis is not expected to hit Earth, even though it will pass through a keyhole in 2029 that could have led to a collision in 2036. Thanks to further observations, scientists ruled both the 2029 and 2036 impact out, and Apophis will not pose a collision threat for the next 100 years. We're good, chat. We'll all be dead. Anyways, if an asteroid was going to hit Earth, say right now we knew, 30 years, an asteroid's hitting Earth. Do you think that we as humanity would be able to stop it? I think it depends how big the asteroid is. I'm pretty confident China, Russia, US all make buddies for a little bit, and we just start nuking the piss out of that fucking asteroid. We just start sending every fucking thing we have in the arsenal just right at that motherfucker. Yeah, just start blowing it up. Start redirecting it into... I don't think we would try and blow it up. I think we would try to change its orbit in some way where it passed.
Earth, and they're like, but when it passes by in 30 years, it's supposed to come back and hit us. I think they disproved it.
Here's my thing. If an asteroid's coming, don't tell me.
I would rather just not know. What benefit do you gain of being like, hey guys, seriously?
I'd want to know, because I'd stop doing everyday bullshit before. What the fuck? If you were like, an asteroid's gonna hit in 10 years, I'm not gonna start thinking about shit for when I'm 50. I'd be like, all right, well, I'm gonna be dead in 10 years, so I'll just go fucking do other shit. Like, you would change your game plan if you knew.
Oh, in movies and shit. In movies, they do that to build conflict for the movie. But what would happen is, like, Elon and all those guys, they'd be like, I don't know, I'm just gonna try this spaceship out. And they'd leave and never come back. As soon as that starts happening, well, Mark Zuckerberg's building like he built like a giant bunker in Hawaii.
Yeah, like $100 million bunker. It's like 10 floors, 30 floors or some shit.
He said, well, it's not a doomsday bunker. It's just
and that's funny too. They're like, so what's up with the doomsday bunker? He's like, it's not really a doomsday bunker. It's just you could live there for 700 years if you wanted to.
It's a man cave.
I mean, it's like more of a man cave. And you're like, huh? Anyways, in 1910, many believed a nearby comet would end humanity. Halley's Comet, remember that one? Is visible from Earth every 72 to 80 years and has been spotted by humans dating back since
72 to 80 years. It was last visible in 1986. 2061. All right, that's a goal for me to live that long. I'll be 59.
40 BC.
That's the Fortnite meteor. You see Halley's Comet and Kevin the Cube's on it, you're like, everybody forgets about Fortnite. It's 2061. It's Kevin.
Which is crazy. I mean, go somewhere else. Hello. Scientists had predicted that 1910 would be the next time it passes Earth and observed the comet flying by using a spectrograph. This new technology allowed astronomers to view the chemical composition of the comet, and to their horror, they discovered its tail that was made of cyanogen gas, which is extremely toxic. Oh, shit. After publishing the report, a French reporter put out an article discussing their findings, but also included a line saying the gas from the comet could, quote, impregnate the atmosphere and possibly snuff out all life on the planet. Bit of creative liberty in the title there, buddy. People began to freak out over the headline, believing that their death was imminent. Before the comet could pass, companies began to sell comet pills, which claimed to fight off the effects of the toxic gas. Insurance companies offered...
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so fucking awesome, dude. Literally just a scam product that people fell for. These comet pills are novelty only. They have no therapeutic value.
Comet pills, which claim to fight off the effects of the toxic gas.
Dr. Haley's Comet Fever, a once-in-a-lifetime confection.
Insurance companies offered policies of people's belongings in case they were destroyed. Farmers around the globe refused...
Oh, well, they just knew. The insurance companies knew that shit wasn't going to do anything. They were just fucking scalping money off people.
To plant crops, believing that there was no point since everyone would be dead. No more corn. I'm done with corn. Others locked themselves inside their homes, while others fled to the caves and sealed themselves deep underground, which I'm pretty sure is partially some of the inspiration for Fallout.
Oh.
There you go. After the comet passed and nothing happened, people were shocked to still be alive. And they moved on with the rest of their lives. I wonder what's happened with the guy who took comet pills. Well, Greg, we took those, like, look over to him, he's like having a seizure.
He's on Haley's Comet right now.
Yeah. Woo! In 1993, former sociology professor Hon Ming Chen had created a Taiwanese cult named God Salvation Church. It had also referred to itself as Chen Dao, or True Way, as well as God Saves the Earth Flying Saucer Foundation. I like that one the most. God Saves the Earth Flying Saucer Foundation. It was a belief system that was a mix of various religions and other Western cult-like beliefs, like the acceptance of alien intervention, right? You see a lot of that with Heaven's Gate. Kind of became a big thing in the 70s.
Yeah, the Heaven's Gate shit was so fucking stupid, though. There's an alien spaceship that's passing by. You have to kill yourself to reach it. Huh? Huh? If you die, you'll go to the gate. What? No.
Kind of evolved over time. He claimed that the second coming of Christ would occur in 1999, with God revealing himself from a spaceship disguised as clouds that would take his followers up to heaven.
That'd be sick.
He claimed that he could talk to the gods and receive their wisdom through golden balls that he could see traveling across the sky. Of course, salvation was not free. It was reported that Chen charged $60,000 to join Chen Tao and another $30,000
$60 grand
to board their spaceship. He's like, you keep it under 100. They won't be suspicious.
Mind games.
Exactly. It's all here. He convinced 140.
Bro, how do you convince people to pay money for that, though, if you're also leaving? I just don't. Like, I don't want to say. I understand it's like a cult and there's like a bit of brainwashing involved, but I'm like, dude, these people are like more than gullible. Like, you're flat out falling for somebody saying, hey, give me $100,000 and we're all going to go on a spaceship somewhere else. Why do you need the money?
Dedicated members to sell all their belongings and move to California in 1995 after changing his mind about where the historic event would take place. This changed after followers witnessed the numbers 007 written in the clouds, which was interpreted as a sign that they must relocate their headquarters elsewhere. AKA, there was probably a 007 convention happening around. They're like, oh, Colorado, we gotta go. Despite the fact that this was actually just a marketing stunt to advertise the 19... Oh
my God, a fucking religious cult saw 007 in the sky and changed where they needed to all move because of a James Bond ad.
Bear trap. To advertise the 1997 James Bond movie, Tomorrow Never Dies. They slowly relocated to Garland, Texas. Apparently, this is because Chin thought saying Garland really fast sounded like Godland.
From what Master Chin says, Garland sounds like Godland, and apparently thousands of years ago, God was here and they were told to return here.
Garland. What's that sound like? Can I do that accent, or is that a problem?
I think it's fine.
All right. Chin had guaranteed on his own life that God would make his appearance in Texas, of all places. Not a bad bet. You're in good company in Texas saying that kind of shit. Where would God go first? Everyone's like, probably fucking Texas. Probably fucking Texas, all right? In total, they purchased around 30 houses on Ridgedale Avenue, soon handing out flyers to its other inhabitants on bicycles in order to thank them for tolerating their activity in the neighborhood as well as their magnanimous acceptance. Trying to win people over. It's like, more money. Garland, we kind of weird. See a ball in sky.
Oh, no.
Garland, what's that sound like to you? Like, what? Garland, what's it sound like? Rhetorical. Don't talk. I talk you don't talk back. They would wear all-white outfits and cowboy hats. Awesome. That is so sick. Confusing the neighborhood as to why they suddenly become the headquarters of a strange cult. Some claim they were friendly and that their beliefs were simply amusing to them. AKA, they're like, look, they look funny. What do you guys happen? Be alien. You don't talk to them. We cowboy now. Right. Oh, okay. You are phony as man.
But when
that
did
is
they?
Awesome.
Oh,
they claim
no.
that on
When did they fucking stop believing in that, though? Did they, like, turn on the leader guy?
the 25th, just days before, God would show himself on Channel 18 across every television set in the country, taking on Chin's exact appearance.
It's 5 minutes after 12 right now, and Han Min Chin's not on there yet. And according to his own philosophy and preachings that we've heard, he's a phony.
He knew he had an interview coming up.
So he had an interview for why it didn't happen and he just never showed?
I don't know. From there, God would then help people survive a nuclear apocalypse that would occur in 1999. It would bring people to a specific rendezvous point on the shores of Lake Michigan, where flying saucers would take them to heaven after potentially stopping briefly on planet Mars, of course. And people in the neighborhood feared that the group would end up committing a mass because, you know, Heaven's Gate. March 31st rolled around and still nothing happened. Chin approached a crowd of reporters and stated that he must have misinterpreted God's message. He stated that his remaining followers would once again relocate to New York. A large majority of them...
Oh my God, and the group definitely is just dwindling, you know? 140 people at the start. First miss, 100. Second miss, 80. Third miss, 60. Like, he's getting a smaller and smaller circle here that's following him place to place.
Gave up on Chin 2 entirely and began the process of moving back to Taiwan. He told everyone that he would punish himself by giving everyone in the crowd the next 10 minutes to either crucify or stone him to death, which nobody took him.
What? He told his followers, all right, you guys could just stone me to death. It's fine. I was wrong.
From there, Chin Tao's numbers were severely reduced, and the group faded into obscurity by the early 2000s. Who even knows? He might even still be out there.
I hope they crucified him.
What if one guy's like, I will? He's like, well.
The one guy actually does lean. You guys could stone me, man. I'm sorry. I was so wrong about the end of the world. All right, I'll do it. Oh, wait, no. No. When I meant like figuratively stone, like maybe hurl insults at me, not actually kill me.
Oh, 1 second. The ball just like fucking gets stoned. End of the world predictions have only become more common with the advancement of technology. And it wasn't too long ago that...
But I would feel like most or a lot of modern serial killers have to be either lawyers or like in law enforcement or tech. Because they have to know everything. Like, I really think it would be like Dexter. Like, that's the only way that... because how do you just know this information? Because you would be, like, Googling stuff that would put you on a fucking watch list. Like, if you were actually trying to plan out, like, how to kill someone, you would just have to know it. Like, there would have to be a reason.
In another era, he probably would have slipped through. So here's where I think about my own childhood again. I grew up in the 90s, so when the first camcorders were becoming a little more common, my friend's mom had one of these giant ones, you know, it was like this big. It basically had a VCR attached to it. She'd bring it to our baseball games, and it looked like a news crew was showing up. But by the time I was in high school, cameras, they were getting smaller. We had digital cameras, right? Like those Canon Power Shots and stuff. And then
now, bro, now it's like, yo, now they got the meta glasses, bro. You ain't even know if somebody's recording. You're a serial killer trying to like lure a guy and kill him, and he's like, hey, buddy, got the metas. Got the meta. Actually, I'm live on Twitch. I'm live on Twitch right now.
2 years later, of course, phones. I can't even imagine being able to do something violent in public and not ending up on like a dozen lenses at this point. See, serial killers are predators of opportunity. Take away anonymity, and you're taking away half their hunting ground. It's easy to forget how revolutionary the 911 system was. I assumed it had been around like practically forever.
Yeah, I'm going to ask a mad stupid question right now. When did that exist? Did they just not have that before? Obviously, like way back, no, but even in like the 60s, you couldn't just call for help on like a landline?
Pretty shocked when researching for this very episode to learn that nationwide adoption of 911, that didn't even start until the 80s. And it was...
What? So what would you do in like the 50s? Just fucking deal with it? Nothing? Somebody just has a heart attack, you're like, oh, I guess I gotta drive you to the hospital or you're dead.
It wasn't even until the mid-90s that it was like standard. Before that, you had to find a landline, know the number for the local police, and like pray to God and hope that they picked up. That's fucking wild. Oh, he's having a heart attack. Quick, somebody call 55...
Quick, somebody call a 12-digit phone number and then wait on the line for the person to connect you. By the time they even answer, he'll be dead.
557372768. Like, Jesus. Now add caller ID. Before the 90s, a guy like BTK could torment the police and victims' families even. endless anonymous phone calls. Technology finally broke that tool too. I mean, imagine a serial killer somehow missed that memo. Like, imagine BTK. Hello, this is BTK calling. Says here this is Dennis Rader. Oh shit. Hey, well, I got you. You know if it's possible by chance to trace a floppy disk? I mean, that's kind of funny, but it's literally how it went down, idiot. He asked the police through a newspaper personal ad, which is how they were kind of communicating.
He asked the police if they could track floppy disks.
If it was possible to trace a floppy disk. Obviously, the police responded with, no, of course not. No.
What is, okay, I know floppy disk is like an early version of a CD, but what do they mean track a floppy disk? Like track the info on it, or like trace it back to him if they got the floppy disk?
So dumb old Dennis sends a floppy disk to the police. Metadata.
Why would he just send them a fucking floppy disk?
Immediately traced it back to a computer at Dennis's church. And speaking of computers, the internet changed everything. Not just for killers, but for victims too. In the 70s, if someone went missing, word traveled very slowly. Posters on telephone poles. You've seen it on movies and TV, but for real, posters on telephone poles. I mean, local news. Maybe
milk carton shit, dude. Some kid goes missing, somebody goes missing. Dude, I'll even see that, like, you'll see that in cities today. Like, somebody's dog went missing, they'll be like, reward. And I'm always like, I'll keep an eye out, but I'm not going to remember the fucking phone number. So then if you find the dog, you have to find the pole that had the picture on it so you could call the number and be like, I have your dog. I feel bad, but I'm like, it's so inefficient of like, hey, this German Shepherd is missing. If you find it, call us. Like, I'm not going to save the number.
a missing persons alert can go viral in hours. Photo.
Yeah, but then you have their collar, and you don't even, it might have it on their collar. That's true. But then at that point, then what's the missing posters for? Just so people keep their eyes out?
Shared across the globe, entire communities mobilized on.
Oh, I feel like Amber Alert, dude. We didn't even talk about that. Amber Alert definitely fucked over serial killers too, man. Amber Alert, I always see those, and I'm like, damn, what if you see that person, bro? Amber Alert, 6'3" man in all red. You look out your apartment window, he's just right there. I would think that I'm not actually experiencing this, and I would be like, okay, I don't want to false report this, but that is eerily similar to what I just saw.
Online. I mean, look at Luca Magnotta. See, he wanted to be infamous, and he used the internet as his stage. Before he ever killed a person, he posted disturbing videos online of animal cruelty. Entire internet communities spotted the clips, debated whether they were real, and started trying to track him down. So when he murders Jun Lin in 2012, he filmed it, uploaded the footage, and then fled the country. And here's where the internet really showed its power. Interpol alerts went out, news stories raced ahead of him, and thousands of strangers on the internet picked up the trail. So if you've ever seen the Netflix documentary, this one, Don't Fuck with Cats, you know the story. A handful of amateur sleuths on Facebook went full.
Just found him in a different country? How the fuck did they do that? They like tracked his airplane?
They froze frames, analyzed the backgrounds, tracked.
Oh my God, like some GeoGuessr shit. Oh my God. Like, he takes a video of himself somewhere on, like, a street, and they're like, I know where this is.
Down items in the room. Even tried to triangulate his location based on things like the style of electrical outlets. See, for better or worse, the internet made it possible for the average person to play detective. And it's not always a good thing. Vigilante internet investigators can easily misidentify people, ruin innocent lives even. But
yeah.
In Magnotta's case, it created a pressure cooker. He couldn't move without someone online trying to pin him down. He was finally caught by technology and his own vanity. He went into an internet cafe in Berlin, logged online to read stories. What do you think he was reading about? Himself. The clerk recognized him, called the police, and the net snapped shut.
Wow.
Now, here's the pushback.
In fucking Berlin, he kills somebody in the U.S., flees to Europe, and somebody's like, I know this guy. I've never even heard of that dude before. Have you guys heard of him? He was just like fucking killing cats on like Live Leak or something, and then he murdered somebody and filmed it.
He killed the serial killer. Why do we still see cases pop up? Why do we still uncover guys like Samuel Little, who confessed to killing 90 women over decades? Seems to me that maybe some killers adapted. They targeted the most vulnerable, the homeless, sex workers, addicts. People society still tends to overlook. Even with tech, if nobody cares enough to look for the victim, the predator...
That is very true. That's what people always say about like how if somebody gets murdered and they're from like a wealthier family, the police or that city will try harder, which is like fucked. But it's like, dude, if you kill like a homeless crackhead, I'm not gonna say nobody, but like the odds of somebody looking for you are a lot less than if you kill somebody of like prominent positioning in a school or a city or a town, you know.
Can slip through. So maybe it's not that technology ended serial killers entirely. Maybe it's just made the game harder. The careers that used to last decades now burn out in 1 or 2 murders. And that brings me to the bigger question. Did technology really kill the serial killer, or did it just change the shape of the shadows? Because every time we build a new wall, predators find a crack. DNA, database.
What, so he's saying maybe there are serial killers out right now, but nobody's connecting the dots yet because they're doing it in a different way?
Bases, cameras. They close doors, but human darkness doesn't just vanish. It adapts. And maybe the scariest thought is this. For all the progress we've made, are we just fooling ourselves? Is safety real? Or is it just another illusion until the next predator figures out how to beat the system? What do you think? Did technology end the golden age of serial killers? Or
I don't think it okay, golden age maybe. I don't think it gets rid of serial killers. I don't think you would ever be able to get rid of serial killers. But I think it's a lot harder to be a serial killer now than it used to be. But yes, I also like I've completely forgot about like the homeless thing. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a serial killer that goes to like Skid Row and just murders people and then leaves. Right? Because that's already such a huge homeless population. Nobody's looking into that. People die all the time there, and there's barely any investigations. So it's like, in instances like that, I could really see like people like jumping around from like Kensington to Skid Row to like fucking areas where there's just a lot of homeless people or people that are kind of off the books in terms of like, you know, income, society, jobs, connections. So when they die, nobody even finds out until months later. And then it's like, well, you know, they probably got murdered by another homeless guy, and they don't really look into it. And so it's like, there's probably serial killers that do that. But it's like, even then, now their options are more limited. It's not as easy for them to be like luring people at a bar and then like bringing them back and trying to turn them into zombies like Jeffrey Dahmer would. It's not that serial killers are drops. It's police departments, state AGs are afraid to label anything until after the fact comes out. Yeah. Oh, because they don't want to like worry the public or something and be like, we think this is a serial killer. It's like the Fermi paradox all explains the combined, cutting down the numbers until they're tiny. I don't know. There could be a serial killer in chat. Yeah. More likely like just a murderer, not a serial killer. Like serial killers are far and few between. But murderers are more common. Still uncommon to the regular population, but... A government-registered LLC or S-Corp
said kids are getting really, really expensive now, and personally, like, I'm young, but I don't want to have a kid because I don't want to have to pay for his ass in this economy.
A lot of other countries, kids start working when they're 6, 7, 8, 9 years old.
Say 6, 7. And 6'7". But I'm originally Italian, and they had me working young, like you said, like at Nike. That kind of taught me a lot of like valuable fundamentals and kind of helped me, again, like stay out of trouble, like you said.
How to work harder, 16 hours a day.
I had to work harder, 16 hours a day, and it just taught me a lot about like life.
16
How old is
I was 5.
Five years old, he was working 16-hour days. What job would a 5-year-old be able to do?
I don't know, like what's the psychological?
You now know how to form sentences in a manner where you could kind of say what you want to say. Hey, that's good enough. Now you're gonna go get on this production plan and build Nike shoes.
Impact.
I was not happy.
That's my point.
But I was forced to. I think the difference is the lack of freedom.
Dude, he's actually so good at this.
No,
it's actually a problem. He's making it so they're on his side.
He's swaying people's hands towards child labor. He's that good at speaking.
Let's talk about the environment. Our city's carbon footprint has become a serious problem. Fortunately, though, we've created a simple solution to cut climate change by 40%.
Everybody has to start breathing in their own farts.
Replace most roads with bike-only lanes to force residents to stop driving cars.
And lose weight.
And lose weight.
Amazing perk right there, that's for sure.
It says to force. Like, I'm all for adding more bike lanes, but like whole roads is quite a bit.
The major roads we're talking about are basically like Jamboree.
Yeah, I mean,
like a road, for example, like Jamboree, you know?
What about the dragons on Jamboree?
Dragging my balls across your face. Say that. Say that.
No, you can't just get him to say anything, though. I feel like that's going to start a fight.
I've always seen dragons on Jamboree. Have you seen the dragons?
Real dragons.
I would take the penalty. I would take the penalty.
Flying dragons? He's seen
I would be like, give me a -1.
them too.
I'm not saying that to that guy. That guy will kill me.
He's seen them.
I don't think they're gonna say that. That is absurd.
They're playing jokes. We're playing jokes.
So what if you gotta get to somewhere and I'm in my car now, this is only for bikes, how do I get there?
You would dismount from the vehicle and you would mount the bike.
Huh.
Go back to dragons. Did you say dragons?
Let's go back to dragons, sir. You said dragons, right?
Yes, I want to make sure that we are looking into that.
Okay.
Say dragging my balls across your face.
You can't keep prompting him. You can't keep prompting him to say it.
Dragon initiative. If we're going to have a pro-bike initiative.
Okay.
I'm just thinking that, because I mean the helmets are not going to help against dragons.
Say it, Justin. Drag my balls across your face.
Spitting animals, and when they spit fire, I mean, you agree, right? With the dragons.
The dragons?
Obviously, yes.
Okay. I like that. I haven't seen one yet.
Dragging my balls across your face?
We have positive changes for parents and married couples.
This one's insane. No, this one's actually insane.
This one, they're about to get mad.
Okay, what he did do that diverted the danger was he looked at his friend and said it. You didn't say it to the guy. Because if you said it to the guy, that'd be scary.
Could be good.
A 50% rent increase for single mothers.
What?
Basically, the idea here is it will
Incentivizes single mothers to find relationships.
Incentivize mothers to stay inside their relationship.
Oh, it's not their fault the guys leave.
Yeah, or he's abusive, or let me incentivize you to stay with your abusive man, but we'll lower your rent. No.
It doesn't matter. The father's going to end up paying for it anyway.
I like that one.
I think it's a horrible idea to punish single parents.
It would just be single mothers, not single parents. This will encourage women to stop cheating and prioritize their family.
Definitely.
Room's getting silent right now. You see the chairs creaking. This is where it gets like, that level of awkwardness where like you can't sit still. That's like everybody just started fucking like fidgeting in their seat.
What psychologist did you hire to do this?
I'll need something to throw at you.
Seriously?
Why don't let's just keep it going then. What do we think? Yes, no?
No.
We'll take that as a yes.
No, yes, yes. We'll take it as a yes.
No.
No?
I heard some yeses in the back.
Okay, my bad. I mispulled. I did hear a few yeses in the back, so I just...
Okay, raise your hand for no. No.
Who's a yes, though?
Hey, I'm not seeing some hands being raised. I'll take that abstinence as a yes.
Do we have any yeses? Any standout yeses?
No.
Okay, must have been the wind. All right.
We have new entertainment planned for our city. This is our beautiful city, but one thing it's lacking is real fun. So we came up with a new entertainment zone everyone will love. Introducing the Urban Hunting Reserve.
What are we hunting?
Why does that look like the Roman Colosseum?
Dragons.
No, but for real, is that really like a designated hunting area?
Say, you'll see on the next slide.
Yeah, it would be a designated hunter. I'm sure if we go to the next slide, we can read more about a fun zone where you can import and hunt any animals in a large 20-acre wildlife reserve.
We have
What, and then shoot them? That's actually what, like, Russian oligarchs do. We're going to ship in animals and then fucking gun them down?
hunting out in the forest. We just thought we'd bring it to the inner city, so it's like it's more readily
It's a
available.
horrible idea.
You can hunt robotic animals.
Robotic.
Lame. That don't give you buck fever. You ain't ever had buck fever before, boy. You ever kill a 10-point buck? You're sitting there. Shaking when you kill him.
Animals, I think that's probably still 10 years out. Let me see.
Shelter animals that go unadopted will be the main supply here to keep the business booming.
What? Hunting dogs?
Not hunting dogs, hunting shelter animals that go unadopted.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Pretty much.
You actually could have gotten some people behind this right up until then. That's like the hook. That's like the hook, line, sinker right there. We're going to throw in golden retrievers that don't get adopted.
Pre-game, pre-ELO.
Absolutely not.
And look, no, see. And then this is what you do. Then it motivates people to stop getting dogs they won't take care of. And it'll also promote adoption rates from people that don't want these dogs to get shot in cold blood in the Roman Colosseum that we're going to erect right outside of Anaheim, California. So it's going to do two things, right? It's going to reduce overpopulation in sheltered in animal shelters, and it's going to increase people taking care of their dogs.
I think it's more about
You got to stand on it. He has to defend it.
giving them a last stand, because these specifically shelter animals that go unadopted, we're talking about ones that are literally, they're about to be put down because they've been in the shelter.
Just put them down, don't chase them down and hunt them.
But it's giving them like one last chance to run around.
One last chance to run around. They can frolic in the flowers before some rich guy with a fucking ball-action sniper rifle takes him down.
We'll take this one as a no. We understand. Thank you, guys. With the exception of dragons.
Unless the dragon came from a shelter, then
We'll take this feedback. This is great feedback. Disabled people need help more than ever. We all know the blue handicap spots help those with disabilities. But what about the new spot colors for other groups with unique challenges? Introducing pink parking spots.
And it's wider than a regular one.
I've seen parking spots for pregnant ladies. Is it like that?
It's just confusing. What is it supposed to represent again?
I think it's parking spots for women only.
There you go. There you go.
These spaces will be 40% wider than normal spots to prevent parking accidents.
Brilliant.
It's very rooted in.
Women do get in more car accidents, but men get in more fatal car accidents. Women are more likely to get in fender benders, like a small rolling a stop sign, you hit somebody like right at a curb. Men get into 80-mile-an-hour deadly car crashes.
Stats.
This is great. So this sounds like a yes.
This sounds like a unanimous yes.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, no?
It's a joke. Completely no.
Mixed bag of opinions.
What makes you think no on this one? Sorry.
It's a joke. You're kidding.
I think it's genuinely very helpful. Kind of like she said, we have specifically pregnant women spots, but if we had just general woman-only spots that are
Dude, I don't know how they got out of this one.
Bro.
This one was misogynistic.
Exactly. This next one's about to be insane. There's no way they say yes to the next one. There's no way.
It's just for parking.
And don't worry, we didn't forget about another group facing their own parking hurdles. Introducing golden parking spots.
Oh, that is so racist. Oh my God.
Is that for the Asians?
Oh my God, there's an Asian guy in the fucking audience. Stop.
No, I was gonna say it before he brought this up. I'm like excited.
It does indeed look like that is.
Oh wow, that is
No, that looks totally like me, man.
Stop.
Sneaking in.
Sir in the front, would you like this parking spot?
Oh my God. Sir in the front, would you like this parking spot?
Oh, definitely.
So yeses. Yeses on these, pink and yellow.
So that sounds like yeses all around.
Yeses all around?
Yeah, give him
All right, guys, thank you. Please raise your hand
They're going to get a few hands. I feel like they did way better.
if you support our new
Their presentation was as hard, but he like defended it well.
city plans and want to see them passed.
Don't tell me.
What? Yeah, I like 4 or 5.
What the fuck?
Cool. Thank you guys so much.
And no laughs.
4 people raise their hand.
Really great having you guys, and we really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good job. Sorry I interrupted.
Oh, you're all good, man. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it.
Have a good one, man.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's cameras.
There's no fucking way we just lost. All right, JD
Oh, they could say there's cameras just to record it.
and I got
Like for like, you know, whatever quality purposes.
negative 2 hands. You guys got 4 hands.
That was insane.
Yes! So we... JD and I are going to be doing the terrible mystery punishment, which is the 4-hour gauntlet.
What is that?
What the f is that? Before we get into the punishment, if you guys haven't, please hit the subscribe button. We want to...
So now in another video, they have to do a 4-hour gauntlet. Video idea, do the offensive presentation, put the majority of the audience as imposters who will agree to any idea and see the real people's reactions. Oh my God. What a fucking good idea. Get a bunch of absurd shit, have like 80% of the people just be like, yeah, no, I fuck with that. That's a good idea. And just see if like the people like fold. The problem is if they did that, there's going to be people that just go along with the pack and then they're going to seem like shitty fucking people.
I'm gonna say something and people aren't gonna like it. If you think for 1 second that some of the slaves in that country are not proud of what they've built, I was fired from the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
He also revealed
Immediately, the jump cut forward. Just, yeah, they kicked me off the show. I think I voided I think I said everything they told me not to say.
paid anywhere from $100,000 to $1.6 million. And while the audience appreciates,
I feel like $100K the comedian should be able to say no to, right? Like, bro, these are like some of the world's most known comedians. They got to be making money, man.
And while the audience appreciates the honesty, Saudi...
Not that 100K ain't a lot of money, but like 100K, I feel like that's not enough to be like, yeah, sure, I'll do the show.
Authorities, not so much. Another comedian named Jim Jeffries makes the same exact mistake while trying to defend them.
People have been going, oh, how dare you go over there after they killed a reporter. There's been a reporter.
He got kicked off.
Reporter who they killed. One reporter was killed by the government.
Also, Nimesh Patel chooses to drop out of the lineup and apologize to his fans.
What made me change my mind? Someone said, how can you be a free speech person here and then go to Riyadh? And that gave me a lot of...
That's also very valid. That's also very valid. For him to take that contract, maybe also unknowingly, like, not really knowing what's going on fully in the country, his fans being like, why are you doing this? And then just being like, okay, I will not go.
Pause. Netanyahu asked me to do something. I'd say no. This feels like the same thing. If it was life-changing money, I'd probably be over there. I'm just being honest with you guys.
One by one.
Oh, he's saying if they paid him more, he would have stayed.
All the superstar comedians make their way to Riyadh. Pete Davidson, Jimmy Carr, Gabriel Iglesias, Kevin Hart. The venue is Boulevard City, Muhammad Al Ali Theater. Right as they arrive at the hotel, comedians are escorted through a gauntlet of interviews, gift receivings, and even sand rituals. Turkey posts all of it to social media, and the internet has a field day.
We got Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, and the other comics at the Riyadh Comedy Festival engaging in some sort of weird handprint in the sand ceremony.
Get used to me, because you're stuck with me now. So, Your Majesty, Your Highness.
I want to know what I can do to become a Saudi citizen. I'd like to start another family with the...
That is unreal glaze. That is unreal glaze. First day in the has he ever been there before? And he's been here for like 6 hours. Yeah, I'm coming off of 30 hours of no sleep. I'd love to start a family here. What's the process of getting citizenship?
In the Middle East.
The comedians take the stage, and pretty soon, quotes from the sets start making their way online.
Dave Chappelle had a lot to say, it seems. He says, right now in America, they say that if you want to talk about Charlie Kirk, that you'll get canceled. I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to find out. It's easier to talk here than it is in America. So...
Well, yeah, because you're talking to probably majorly Middle Eastern people about American politics. Like, I feel like it'd be easier to make like a really like fucked joke to people that aren't in the country in which the joke applies.
It's not exactly what critics want to hear.
I like that. That'd be like, yeah, it's really easy for me to like, you know, just talk about Russia and like all the assassinations and things there to like people in Louisiana. You know, I can't do that over in fucking, you know, some unnamed city in Russia.
Turkey guy. I like turkey. He puts his mind to something, is happening. Okay? It's powerful. He can.
I don't get these people, man. How greedy are they? I do want to say, I get what you're saying, and I think that what the one guy did where he took it and then dropped out when his fans mentioned it was like the most realistic scenario. But like, I think it is a little glazed over as well to not recognize the amount of money they're being paid. Like in yours, you sitting there could be like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not defending these guys, by the way. Like, I don't think they should have done the show, but to say like, oh, how obvious it would be to just say no. Like when this guy comes up to you and goes, hey, 3 days of your time, I'll give you $2 million, which is what you'll make in your lifetime, right? It's kind of, it's not as easy as a no for the average individual, right? Now, these aren't average people. These are comedians that are extremely famous. And also, I would probably venture to say fairly wealthy, but.
Do you regret letting the women drive? It's just more people on the road. It's 100% more people and 100% more accidents. Honestly, I am surprised by how much shit you guys got here that we got back home. It's very similar in that regard. Like, you got a haunted house.
When the festival ends and the comedians finally come out to talk, it's clear that the weeks of silence have only made things build up
I
inside.
just want to let everybody know you're welcome, okay? Flagrant went out to the Middle East, and then all of a sudden there's a hostage agreement, there's a peace deal. I'm just saying.
But let's be frank, you never wanted my friendship. You were afraid to be my dad.
People are so stupid.
You know, they are bigging it up with positive responses, and some of them who weren't speaking to anyone before the festival began have come up with defenses of why it wasn't just about a big payday.
Did you or the other comedians have any sense?
Dude, this was like 3 years ago. There was some sort of thing that happened with my management where they were like, we might be able to send you to Dubai. And I was like, what? They were like, yeah, they'll pay you. I was like, for what? And they're like, to just go. And I'm like, do what? And they're like, post videos of Dubai. And I'm like, who the fuck's paying me? Right? It didn't happen. I never even saw a contract. But I remember, this might have been 2 years ago, but it was like something where there's like, they have like a section or a budget. I don't know if it's like government money, but it's like basically built for like, you ever see when influencers just randomly go to Dubai? They're not paying for that shit. Like when they're posting about like how awesome Dubai is, like 89, 95% of the time, they're not fucking going just to go. Right? Like they're probably getting the trip covered at least and doing like a post, or they're probably getting paid somehow. Like that's just my speculation, but it's just like when you see this TikToker, like, cause I don't know how much every social media person makes, but I'm in the social space, so I could have a guess. And I'll see these guys that I know are TikTokers or like social media people that aren't making millions of dollars, right? And they're spending 3 weeks in Dubai in a fancy fucking hotel. I'm like, this trip probably cost $30,000 fucking dollars, and you brought your friends, right? Like, there's no shot in hell that you just randomly on a whim were like, I'm going to do this trip. Like, they had to be at least covering it. Would you have done it? I don't even know what it was. I remember I just had a conversation with him, and I was like, what do you mean they want me to go to Dubai? I was like, what?
This kind of response when you got back?
No, I had no fucking idea because just for the record, I'm also doing London, England on that tour. So
how much for you to have done it? I think there's a difference between them being like, we'll cover your trip, you can do whatever you want. Like, if I was able to just like actually show the city and like walk around and show how it was, I think that's different when it's like, hey, we want to pay you to do this, but you're not allowed to talk bad about us, you know? Like, I have instances where I really wanted to work with a brand and have them cover something, but I've also wanted to be able to freely speak about said brand, and they don't do that. Like, I love doing alcohol reviews, for example. I've really wanted to have alcohol companies cover reviews for me and be like, give me a bunch of product, but they won't do it unless I don't talk shit about them. So I'm like, I'm not going to do a fucking review where I'm not allowed to openly speak my mind about said product, food, drink, whatever it is. So in the same instance, if they wanted to send me to fucking Dubai and be like, hey, you could talk shit on us, we don't care, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Why not? But if it's like, you have to go and here's a 9-page contract on what you're not allowed to say, I'd go, yeah.
there's like that element of racism to it where if brown people are doing it, it's up.
Like, you either have
what?
Fans in other places or you don't. I will perform for my fans wherever they are in the world. People don't decide where they're born.
So you did it for the fans.
What was the backlash, though?
Tell me what was the backlash?
The backlash is just people who weren't invited and that don't even have fans outside of Brooklyn.
There's people over there that don't agree with the stuff that the government's doing, and to ascribe like the worst behavior of the government onto those people, it's not fair.
Right. Yes. I mean, the people over, these are not good people over there.
Okay, so you also believe that the Chinese government and the Chinese people are exactly the same. It's just racism. I think it took me a second. Because when people are going like, you're doing something.
Well, no, I don't think anybody. Well, she's saying like the people and the government's different. I think the difference is like you're getting paid by the effective leader or like a corporation that's funded by the government in some way, right? Like it would be different if you did a show in Dubai that was paid to you by some random investor or a guy, I think that's the difference. It's like, if the country's paying you, then it's like a no. But if it's like, oh, you're just in Dubai, the show's in Dubai, I don't think anything's like wrong with that. The show's in Saudi Arabia, the show's in the UAE, the show's wherever.
First of all, big shout out to Rihad.
When did America become the moral compass on human decency and human rights? Did we forget 400 years of slavery? Did we forget about the genocide of the Native American Indian? Damn near wiped out an entire race of people.
As for whether this will affect future events, it's still up in the air. Now with that out of the way, Turkey moves on to his next target.
Tom Brady. And that's shocking. Tom Brady needs money. Tom Brady's got to be worth $1 billion.
Always admired the power of flag football, the fastest.
Oh my God. He's like being the head of flag football. Bro, they're paying him a bill.
Growing sport in the world. So I'm very excited to announce that I'm coming out of retirement and teaming up with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh.
Well, I think it's also like, wait, what? Tom Brady's going to be playing in a Saudi flag football team?
Now I'd like to turn it over to His Excellency.
What? When? See, dude, no, they're actually buying everybody. They're buying everybody up, bro. What do you mean Tom Brady flag football Saudi Arabia? What? He's in a flag football match in Riyadh in March 21st of 2026. It's a round-robin tournament with current and former NFL players, broadcasted by Fox Sports and hosted by Kevin Hart. My God. Like, do I think these events will be entertaining? Sure. But it's like, dude, they got to be, like, it's not, what do you think the goal is? Do you think it's like a PR move? Like, that's what they're insinuating is like, it's a PR move for Saudi Arabia. But I feel like there has to be some sort of monetary goal because they just got to be setting money on fire for this. There's no way they're making money back to get more people to come to Saudi Arabia. I knew a kid in my class in 5th grade that left the United States and moved to Saudi Arabia. Have never heard from him since. But I know his dad, like, had a crazy job offer there. So I always wonder, like, how he's doing. I don't know if he still lives there. Eventually, oil will move away from main sources of energy. Yeah, so they're trying to look for, like, a long-term financial stability. outside of just oil, gas, and I guess black gold. They bought EA. Yeah, I know about that. They're buying everything. That's what I'm saying. But it's like Saudi Arabia, and there's just so many. It's like a lot of the countries in that area. I was referencing Dubai just because I think Dubai is also an example of like an area that uses a lot of like minimum wage immigrant workers, like underpaid, overworked. I don't really know what Saudi Arabia's laws are like. I know Dubai's a bit different, but the UAE as a whole is also different from Dubai. Dubai's like its own individual section of like financial freedom. I don't know a lot about Middle Eastern politics, so take everything I just said with a fucking grain of salt. All right. We're about to do a Wikipedia speed run with Handsome.
People thought computers were going to end the world.
There still exists a general state of either denial, complacency, or even apathy about both the reality and the potential effects of Y2K.
The year is 1999, and a lot of people are getting ready to celebrate the new millennium. However, not everyone's excited. A large group of people fully believe that the world was going to end as soon as the ball dropped because the world's computers would fail.
8 to 10% of the population were fairly confident that this was going to be an apocalypse.
It was 8 to 10% of the world population believed that the world would end or go into disaster in 2000. What, because technology would stop working because it wasn't able to function or something? Why the fuck would technology stop working?
Believe that the planes would crash, nuclear reactors would melt down, and systems controlling rockets would fail and be launched at random. All of this delirium stemmed from a simple misunderstanding of computers' code. Up until this point, computers' dates had worked from 00 to 99. But people believed that when the computer switched to 00, it would actually go back to 1900 and cause computer systems to fail. Oh, God!
No, it would just change the number. And the year 2000 is also based off the Gregorian calendar, which the majority of the world functions on. It actually has no definitive relation to the Earth at all. We for some reason live at 2025. It's not actually 2025. The Earth has been around for a long fucking time. It's based off the Gregorian calendar, which is based off Jesus.
God! To prepare for this upcoming event.
But roughly, because actually wasn't Jesus actually born around like the year 4 AD, not 0? Yeah, he was born between 6 and 4 BC. I don't know.
Then people withdrew their cash, believing that electronic banking would fall apart and destroy them financially. Businesses like Best Buy and Radio Shack warned people to turn off their computers so they wouldn't be messed with the time switch. And others built bunkers and stocked up supplies. On New Year's Day, all the computers switched over and there were minor crashes. Various ATMs were temporarily down and stoplights occasionally stopped working and random databases went down. No major computer system failed and all seemed to be normal. Out of all the crazes, nobody died, though a 104-year-old woman was invited to join a preschool because the system believed she was 4. Isn't that cute? That's awesome. If you're watching this, chances are the most memorable end of the world prediction from your...
That is pretty funny. You live so long that you start getting emails to join a preschool because because computers recognize you as 4 years old.
Your lifetime is the 2012 phenomenon. For people that don't remember this, or if you're too young or whatever, let me just tell you, when I was a kid, the 2012 thing, people were actually afraid of 2012. They were really afraid. My grandma, who has now passed, was like, we were watching the History Channel. She used to chain smoke cigarettes. We'd be watching like the History Channel. Of course, the History Channel had nothing to do with history. It was like aliens and shit. She's chain smoking cigarettes, and then we were watching this 2012 thing, and she was getting me like horrified. And I was like watching it. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, like full on telling her, or full on telling him, you know, this is actually gonna happen. It's 2010. You only got 2 more years left, Hunter. I'd take those years I'd cherish them if I were you. Me, I've lived a long life. You're gonna die young. Sorry.
This is real? I'm like, this is like how many? This is like 10 years from now, you know, whatever. And she was like, when that year comes around, we should all stay together and we should just get together and make sure that we're with family. And I was like, a haunting thing to say. It's like so cryptic, but everything's there. Like, we're gonna die and we should be together. It fucked me up, dude.
Was it the Nostradamus?
No, it was like, it's been so long, I can't remember. But all I know is just like the Mayan calendar's ending. Which also, even as a kid though, I was just like, what the they know? And she was like, well, the Mayans. I'm like, who cares about the Mayans? The fuck? Maybe they ran out of stone. You know what I mean? I mean, how far were they just like, I mean, it'll pretty much be done by then. The idea that the world would face a cataclysmic event in 2012 didn't emerge out of nowhere. In fact, people claim that it was predicted thousands of years ago during the ancient Mayan civilization. A device called the long count calendar was used to measure time at a very long cycle that counted years in large chunks. In short, a new grand cycle was said to occur after every 13 Baktuns. Each Baktun consisted of 394.26 years. And it was just so happens that the 13th one lands on December 21st, 2012. Instead of treating it similarly to the exciting beginning of a new millennium, people convinced themselves that a terrifying world-ending event would occur at the time. So much so that they even made a movie about it with John Cusack. Really dumb. Not a good movie. He's in a limo and whatever. Theories are ranged from disastrous fires, flooding, aliens invasions, and planetary collisions, and mass extinction. Some kids growing up around believers of this impending disaster admitted to developing serious fear and anxiety problems in their older years to their parents' endless paranoia. It was up. If you have said like,
bro, but like the Mayans didn't even say the world was going to end. It was just their calendar reset. And then people were like, yeah, this definitely means the Mayans knew the aliens were coming and they were going to fucking kill everybody on Earth.
The worst thing you can do is tell your kid like, I'm really afraid. Because like as a kid, you're like, what? And they're like, you're fine. I'm afraid. Custom high-end doomsday bunkers saw a 700% rise.
Yeah, as a parent, you got to just lie to your kid in that sense. Like, even if you are scared, you just tell them you're not. Because if you tell your kid, your kid, like a 5-year-old's going to look at their parents as like God. They're the end all to everything. So whatever they say goes. So if you tell them you're fucked, that'd be like, in their perspective, God telling you he's terrified and he has no control. You'd be like, what do you mean? You're the only one what do you mean? You're at the top. Like, that'd be mortifying.
During this time, as ultra-wealthy people wanted to play it safe and ensure the safety of their friends and family. Some preppers, like Tim Ralston in Arizona, would often perform doomsday dress rehearsals with the two children to make sure they were ready for the worst come December 21st. Another couple, Kathy and Bruce from New England, decided to stockpile bees instead of weapons. According to them, honey would become a valuable bartering tool in the coming apocalypse. I love that dude. That's a badass. Over in China, Liu Xingzhe decided to go a much different route, spending his entire life savings of $160,000 to build a 70-foot by 50-foot ark-like vessel to protect himself. He feared flooding the most and believed
that shit does not look like it would float.
Taking his homes to the seas would be the best option. Liu offered to let other people take refuge in alongside him. My boy Liu's selfless. He's a good man. In the end, the day came and went without anything significant occurring. Here we are.
I like to think that every time these doomsday predictions, that they actually happen in an alternate universe or the universe that keeps going on.
You like to think that?
Yeah.
Like we're a quantum immortality universe.
On TikTok, a woman opened up about how she and her husband have been talking with the Sumerian demon since July of 2013.
Me and my husband have essentially been talking to something on a Ouija board that goes by the name of Seven.
Oh, something on a Ouija board that goes by the name Seven. Oh, wait. Let's rewind. You and your husband were talking to a thing on a Ouija board made by Hasbro Games.
Who has been telling us that the world is going to end May 27th, 2025.
TikTok rules, dude. She claims that one day the couple got bored and began to use a Ouija board, and out of nowhere, it began to talk to them in reverse binary.
In the moment, we have no idea what.
Bro, y'all are lame as hell. I'm so sorry. You and your fucking husband or boyfriend literally spent hours just fake moving a Ouija board around and fucking trying to decrypt what it was telling to you. This is so lame. Bro. She has a notebook of, dude, they probably sat by this Ouija board for like hours.
What this means, we Googled it later. This is again, July 2013. And it turns out it's binary, but it's backwards binary. So in this way, it meant nothing. But when we reversed the numbers, it meant hello. Since
that day, they began regularly communicating with the demon. Goddamn, they became friends with him.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, Rockschmaw, you there? Yo, Rockschmaw's funny as dude. The demon had told them that they are the third group he has contacted, and the first two died during the first atomic bomb dropped in World War II, and the others was when JFK was assassinated. So the demon contacted JFK. Eventually, it revealed that the world would end on May 27th, 2025, and repeatedly told them to climb the mountain or return to the mountain. In Sumerian. She said that they revealed the secret to close friends and strangers once they were drunk.
We have shared this with people. They either kind of wave it off, they're like, oh, that's cool, or they pretend, they say they're interested, but then they never really follow up.
Another person...
Yeah, because they're just trying to be nice and not call you fucking insane. Because they're your friends. They're not trying to go, hey, Cynthia, I think you're actually fucking crazy. I think this is the stupidest thing you've ever told me. And the fact that you and your husband have been spending the last, 3 years communicating to a demon on a Hasbro Games board is a bit of a waste of time.
Claims to have a recurring dream every 7 to 8 years where people all around the world gather to watch as the moon turns completely black. Like the eclipse? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not long after, large groups of alien ships fly out from behind it and start terrorizing Earth. People flee and pray as they try to survive. Eventually, the night sky is empty and blown apart.
Like if I could only buy a Ouija board at if I could only buy a Ouija board with like the blood of a frog and the hand of a monkey, and I had to go under a bridge at 3 a.m. and unlock a door in a weird black market to buy the board, I would believe that that board was real. But the fact that I could go to my local Target and buy a Ouija board next to a Lego set of Super Mario Bros. Is probably telling me that that Ouija board is fucking fake. How do you say it? Ouija. A Ouija. I don't give a shit. A Ouija board. A Ouija board.
The person fully believes this is coming soon and that there have been warning signs all along. Yo,
a Luigi board. Maybe that's why it's next to Mario.
Roxas, stop that shit, bro. I'm gonna pee. A lot of people claim to have aliens in their dreams. Like one person who claimed to see a biblically accurate alien enslave the earth. Okay, first off, a biblically accurate alien. Got it. In their dream, a giant orange orb hovers over the earth, which is pulsating with plasma energy. It doesn't have eyes or any facial features, but everyone on earth felt like they were being watched. He described the being as God and explained that he knew without a doubt that the end of the world was imminent. The dream ended with the alien keeping people captive inside of a structure-like shopping mall and also abducting people and putting them into a giant orange orb. Sounds like he just wants to go to Orange Julius at the mall. Doesn't it? And I was super thirsty when I woke up. Rockshaw, stay away from me, man. Nobody truly knows when the world's going to end, and that's probably a good thing. There are scientists out there who have listed numerous ways in which the Earth could end, right? Whether it's soon or within the next 1,000 years, but so far, every single prediction has been dead wrong. The next time you hear about some crazy world-ending event, take a step back and really think about what's being said. It's probably coming from someone who's chronically online or a scam artist looking to drain you of your bank account. Or, you know, pollution and all that kind of stuff will kill us too. There's a lot of fun ways the Earth's gonna end. It's gonna be sick. But hey, at least we have YouTube, am I right? Roll them credits!
I really liked that video. That was fun hearing about the various ways people convinced themselves the world was gonna end. Anyways. Why people hate comedians now.
It's the summer of 2025, and world-famous comedian Pete Davidson is on a plane headed straight for...
Okay, no shit on Pete Davidson, but like, I don't understand how he got so much bigger than any of the other SNL people around his era. Because Pete Davidson is like a funny guy, but I feel like he's a very niche person. You know, it was Ariana Grande. I think that made him more mainstream, but I don't think that made him like more put. People saying bacon, bacon, bacon.
Okay, great. That's awesome. Oh, you froze. Pete? Bacon, bacon, bacon.
I mean, outside of Pete Davidson, why people hate comedians now? I think it's because none of them make movies. Their comedy specials suck. They all just grift towards podcasts because it's what makes them the most money. It's like, I can't hate on them, But it's like most comedians don't actually create much anymore. It's a lot of low effort podcast stuff.
Saudi Arabia.
I just, I get the routing and then I see the number and I go, I'll go. I've been.
Oh, that whole bit where a bunch of comedians went to Saudi Arabia and like sold out for like millions of dollars or something.
Getting a little bit of flack just because like my dad died 9/11.
And he's not alone.
Saudi Arabia's first comedy festival, I think. And they had a bunch of comedians go out there.
Using it to deflect attention from their human rights record.
How do you even promote that? Like from the folks that brought you 9/11.
It was like Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Bill Burr.
I wish COVID killed more people.
Louis C.K.
I might have killed a few people.
Aziz Ansari.
I killed for gay people.
I want to ask you about this comedy festival over in Saudi Arabia. These are not good people over there.
Take from Chris Rock. Nobody know. Don't tell anyone.
You stole a joke from Chris Rock?
I do it. I do. Nobody know.
The government provided crucial assistance to the hijackers.
So
I'm glad you asked because, it's something I put a lot of thought into. I was just there to do a show for the people.
I'm being paid a lot of money to not care about what they do in their country.
But while this is the first time it's...
How much do you think they're getting paid to not care? They're basically getting paid an absurd amount of money to just write off, like, the mounds of hate they receive from their audience. Okay, I'm not liking the 9/11 aspect. They're basically calling all Middle Easterns terrorists. Yeah, no, that's definitely racist. How they're trying to say the one voiceover where they're like, they're basically doing a show for the people that funded terrorism. I'm like, okay, that's like extremely racist. You can make your arguments that like the people that are the rich, I guess, moguls or millionaire billionaires that are putting on this show are bad people and like contribute to like very bad work conditions or like borderline slavery. But like, I feel like that's an entirely different conversation than 9/11 24 years ago. Most of the guys that are probably paying for this were like children then.
This is all part of an ongoing controversy that started back in 2017.
Saudi Arabia is buying up esports. And actually, the entertainment industry more generally, too.
Your Vision 2030.
Dude, did you see the picture with, like, all the people? It was such a random image. It was just all the people from Squid Games, Mr. Beast, iShowSpeed, and, like, professional soccer players. Just all in a room posing. I feel like so many... It's not uncommon, like, shit in the UAE or, like, Dubai. Like, they will just spend... to give a facade of how great this specific area is. Like that's not new news, I think it's new that they're doing it with comedians and like comic shows, but like, bro, I think the entire point of like Dubai as a city in terms of like marketability towards rich people is building bigger, better, and greater things to make more and more people move over there. Dubai already has a bunch of laws in place that effectively enable it to be like a safe haven tax-wise for a lot of businesses, but they can't really give that oomph to people to move there. And they have like different sectors similar to like New York City or big cities and how they function and where you're able to like hold taxes and not get like it's a big money game on why Dubai's rich and why people decide to move there or move their businesses there. But it's like a lot of the, I guess, flaunting of money shit that they do is for that purpose. It is to flex, but it's also to put this facade of like, wow, look how great this city is. Like, you should move here. And it's like kind of like marketing towards the rich. Why they're choosing a bunch of comedians, I don't know.
It is really beautiful.
Saudi Arabia had just gotten a new leader, the young and ambitious Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS.
What do you have fun doing?
Video games.
Oh, what's that? Video games. You're a big gamer.
He knows his kingdom's reputation isn't great. The US State Department's put them at high risk for travelers, so tourism is basically non-existent, and foreign investors are hard to come by.
An interesting tweet from billionaire Saudi prince appears to offer an award of 100 Bentleys to the pilots involved in the Saudi bombing campaign.
So, MBS announces Vision 2030, a plan to turn Saudi Arabia into a mecca of tourism and entertainment.
I think that the new Europe will be the Middle East.
Things start off pretty well. He lightens up some of the religious laws, gives women some rights, and opens up movie theaters. The headlines look great. However,
I think that is one of the big downsides. It's like the modernization of like the traditions are still there, and religiously there are a lot of reasons why they function the way they do. But like from a Westerner perspective, like you're not going to want to take your family to Dubai or Saudi Arabia if like the restrictions on their people or women specifically are heavy. It's like just not, it's conflicting values. So like if you want that level of tourism,
it's almost impossible to get unless you literally change how your country and your people function, which I don't think they have to do by any means. But I'm saying, like, it's not some mystery why, right, nobody goes.
It seems like most of the reforms' only function is to help them rebrand.
The Crown Prince has made a public show of allowing some women to drive.
Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince believed by Western intelligence agencies to have ordered the butchery of journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
But the changes do enough to impress the right people, and MBS is hailed as a visionary.
More striking, social revolution with women driving the change.
Has really done things, and I think especially what you've done for women.
You know, a lot of people have described you as a visionary leader. I talked to a number of...
With the table of all men. You know, you've done really great stuff for women. There's just only dudes. Just only dudes at the table.
your citizens, and that's how they describe you. And you didn't even plant them. That's really how they talk about you.
To handle the entertainment.
Isn't this about comedians? Yeah, it's giving the history of like how it led up to the big comedy show.
Inside is Muhammad's right-hand man in a high school.
Dude, I think the other thing that like I guess is the downside is, yes, they put on these big tourist events and attractions for people, and they are trying to lure in, you know, wealthy individuals to come tour there and, you know, bring money and I guess energy into the city and the country. But if you're throwing on like a toured show where you have fucking 80 of the world's best comedians come fucking do their work, I'm assuming it's going to be absurdly expensive, you know, to go see that show. It's like Coachella. It'd be like saying, hey, we're trying to make Coachella Valley feel more like a tourist spot. So we're going to hold a huge music festival that costs $10,000 for the average person to fucking go to. Like, yeah, it's fun, but it's fucking a goddamn waste of money. You know what I mean? Like, I went to Coachella. It was the most expensive thing I have ever fucking done in terms of an experience. You know, not the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but it's like, dude, it was $10,000 for two people. For two people. I went to Iceland for a week for cheaper. And so in the same front, maybe, I don't know how expensive this comedy show is, but I'm assuming it's fucking out of the average person's budget. You know, Disney World flying to fucking the UAE or the Middle East to come fucking, you know, watch a comedy show. Like, which are you going to choose? Both are expensive. One's really fucking expensive and halfway across the world.
Gaming buddy, Turkey Al-Sheikh. He starts by investing in his passion for boxing.
I felt like it was something that could never be fixed until this guy showed up. He has invested more money, and more money into this sport than literally ever. So,
as I said last week.
Well, I mean, didn't they, doesn't Saudi Arabia have Ronaldo now for like $1 billion contract? I'm pretty sure EA Games just sold to somebody in Saudi Arabia, right? Like an investor. Like they're buying up a lot. Like they own a lot, like everyday shit you use, even if as an English speaking Westerner is probably owned or functionally, I guess, profited by individual. They have EA. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's recent though. Mr. Beast too? What do you mean? They didn't buy Mr. Beast's channel.
I hate Tom and Jerry's kinds of boxing.
Then creates his own organization. For soccer, golf, TED Expos, esports, and even signs contracts with the UFC.
With my brother Dana White, and
I perceive it as we don't know how much they're getting paid. I perceive it as an undeniable amount of money. Like, remember when so many people were taking stake contracts back when it wasn't banned on Twitch and they were making like XQC? Or like train wrecks, and like those guys were making like literally tens of millions of dollars. Like, I think for them to do like one comedy show, say their average base pay is like $250K, they're like, we'll pay you $2.5 million. We'll pay you $5 million to come perform one time. And they're like, yeah, funny money. Life-changing money, regardless of whether or not they have money already. Like an amount of money that would retire your great-great-grandkids. Like that's how much they're getting offered.
To have big card, next big card.
And WWE.
History will undoubtedly be made again. You are making history a lot lately.
Pretty soon it becomes painfully clear that if Turkey wants something, he likely has the means to get it.
The guy he looked at the scorecard.
Listen, they control the sport of boxing. right now. I don't think it's hard for them
How much money do they have?
to steal anybody from anybody. He and I have become very close friends.
What's his name? Turkey ala Sheik. $2.8 billion. But that's off of net worth. It's also the power that over 1.4 trillion for the whole family. Huh? The House of Saud, the royal family of Saudi Arabia, sits on a mind-blowing 1.4 trillion plus fortune. Huh? $1,400 billion. Their wealth began with the discovery of oil in their area in 1930s. What the fuck? $1.4 trillion? So they're just throwing money at shit.
Listen, they control the sport of boxing right now. I don't think it's hard for them to steal anybody from anybody. He and I have become very close friends in a very short amount of time, and there aren't a lot.
I mean, they're so rich that it's like, even if they say no, it's like there's an amount of money that is irrefusable. By every national sport in the U.S., bro, they could literally just start, they could just start buying teams.
Deal like this with.
They could literally just own the NBA.
There's no people, actually. He's the only guy, to be honest with you, so.
I want to tell you, I don't have the magic. I have something more powerful than the magic.
Money.
Behind me, there is big mountain. You cannot see the end of the mountain.
This is a never-ending giant mountain of cash.
Over the next few years, he offers the highest level sports players absurd amounts of money to leave their league and come play in Saudi Arabia.
Each will have to answer for their part.
Damn, do you think there's people that have said no? There has to be, bro. If you're a pro athlete sitting on like $200 million and you love playing soccer and they come to you, Turkey comes to you and he goes, I'm going to pay you $1 billion. Like, what's that? I'd be like, what's that doing for me? Messi? I mean, Messi still makes crazy money, but did Messi turn it down?
Participation.
Mbappe did too.
In so-called.
There's got to be. I mean, there's probably even more people like pro athlete wise or just like entertainers that are like, I don't care. Because they're already just so rich.
Sports washing, an attempt by the government to distract from the country's human rights abuses.
Some people turn it down. Lionel Messi turned down a reported $1.5 billion offer, and Tiger Woods turned down $800 million. But most of the
Tiger Woods could wipe his ass with $800 million. I feel like both of them probably could. Honestly, I get Messi and Tiger probably saying just no.
Time it only takes one or two big stars to fold for the rest of the league to follow.
Again, it comes back to my gut feeling about you that if it was just about money, you'd be in Saudi Arabia, right, earning this king's ransom. But that's not what motivates you. You want to keep at the top.
Exactly.
Lock in chat for the next video, Prankless Harms.
See, I find that pranks are all fun and games when they come in the form of harmless pranks.
Sure, can I see your receipt?
But on the other side of that spectrum, we have prank.
I love that video. He's just like fully fearful and shocked. Walks to the Walmart representative. That guy ate my receipt. Actually, my favorite ones are when a guy will walk up to like one of those Walmart receipt checkers and hand them like a note card that says like Big Chungus or something, and they just stare at them, and the old person freaks out and goes to a representative, and they're like, this person didn't pay for their items, and then they actually take out the real receipt and hand it to the like younger manager, and then the manager's like, yeah, I don't know what you saw, and they make the old woman seem like crazy.
Spectrum, we have prankless harms.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these. I also, well, this is fake, but I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of like public harassment pranks, if that makes sense. When you go to Walmart and you like with an employee for 5 seconds, that's different from when you're outwardly like following a random person in public for 30 minutes to see how far you could egg them and rage them to the point where they like actually pull out a gun and shoot you. That's like another level of trying to make stupid content. Or like there's guys, bro, there's like up and coming not YouTubers. They make content on TikTok where they'll just go like punch homeless people. Do you see that shit? It was like on Twitter. It was like this one kid, he like went around and just like pushed over old people at a park. I'm like, dude, you're just assaulting people. This isn't a prank. Like, you're actually just beating up old people.
If you're unsure what this video I'm showing you right now is, this is the killing my best friend prank. I say prank.
Well, that was like, what year was that, bro? That had to be like 2016 YouTube.
But take a look at this dude. Now let's see what the supervillain that orchestrated this has to say.
Let's see how he reacts to his best friend of 5 years being
My name's Sam Pepper.
killed in front of him.
I'ma say he took this one like a champ, really. Light work, no reaction. See, the problem with prank content is that it's stuck in this never-ending competition, you know, to do something new. Or
It's not even do something new, it's bigger and better. Because, like, how many times... That's the issue of prank content, is you can't reformat it. Nothing can be changed in prank content to where it feels new unless you do something bigger. Like, you remember when prank content was as simple as, like, walking into a Walmart and football spiking a gallon of milk on the ground like you slipped? I mean, it was harmless in the sense of, like, now a worker has to clean this up. But it was a low-level prank. Like, you were fucking just dropping milk in a Walmart. But how many times can you do that and it still gets views? So then you have to keep scaling until it's like, I'm killing my best friend prank.
to top the last prank that the people have seen. Now, don't mistake me for somebody that I am not. I have a love in my heart for prank content. It's damn near all I was watching as a kid. Right now I'm on my intellectual arc, so let me share some wisdom with you. People find pranks funny because they play on surprise and incongruity, breaking expectations in harmless ways that trigger laughter. Key word there, harmless. And also humans at our core, we're dead ass just evil, okay? We like to laugh at other people's misfortunes. And over time, pranks have done nothing but evolve, I think in mostly good ways. But even a lot of the pranks back then were kinda OD. You'll remember this guy with the
I think, like, cosplay pranks are also pretty funny and, like, harmless. Where, like, the guy that does the Labubu shit, Juicy Jacob, he'll go into a Walmart dressed as the Lorax and walk around. Or people, like, if you do that, that's kind of chill because you're not fucking with people. So no, not me. It's not me. As I was saying, though, I think if you do that and you're, like, cosplaying as certain people, like Megamind, and you're just, like, walking around and fucking with people, it's like they could just ignore you if they don't like you, versus you, like, directly walking up and targeting somebody and being like, hey, and then trying to fuck with them.
pansexual mother of 3 haircut. Yeah, this 2017 tall fishman having cut-ass nigga.
Bro, I remember I used to think that haircut was so hard, though. Bro, that was, like, the ideal haircut.
Ass nigga, this is Prank Invasion. Yeah, he's best known for his kissing
What up,
prank.
invaders? Chris here. All right, so today we're here at Venice Beach, and we're gonna be kissing girls right in front of their boyfriends.
Okay. Just one question for you, gang.
That's not really a prank. that's not really a prank. I'm gonna go make out with guys' girlfriends.
How is this a prank? I'm just struggling to see how, you know, going up to a stranger and kissing them falls under that classification. Just sounds a little sus to me. I guess it was working for him because he was pulling hella views and he was just, you know, rinsing and repeating this with just different versions.
Who's the guy that got, like, really spiritual and kind of went insane? And he used to do, like, prank content, but it was effectively him just taking his shirt off and flexing. No, not Gideon. Gideon didn't go insane. Who's the guy that I'm talking about? He would flex. He would just walk out in public and be like, not Fousey. Connor Murphy. Y'all remember Connor Murphy? Bro, he would literally just, like, walk around in public and just, like, take his shirt off. And that was the video.
Versions. I think we lost this nigga at the sister edition, though.
I'm gonna try to kiss my sister.
Anywho, I think at least most pranksters stopped faking their pranks after it became like a whole scandal. Personally, I didn't even find it deep, as long as I couldn't tell or it wasn't extremely obvious. Something that just never did it for me was all those channels that would prank their significant other like over and over again.
Well, that was just family channels. This time, I'm gonna prank my wife and think, like, there would be wives videos where she'd be like, this time I'm gonna sleep with a mannequin in my bed and make my husband think I'm cheating on him.
Roman Atwood.
Not funny.
You can only kill your kid so many times before I start believing your girlfriend's
Roman Atwood did a kill your kid prank.
reaction.
That's, like, traumatizing. Killing my kid prank.
I blew up my kid is a classic prank, though. I'll give it to you.
Did she actually believe it?
But there was this other channel.
Oh my god, that's, like, kind of fucked. Did she freak out though? She had to have been in on it. You could tell the explosions way after.
But there was this other channel, Prank vs. Prank, and their whole thing was just boyfriend and girlfriend pranking each other over and over again. They did like 6 or 7. They did like 6 or 7 cheating pranks. Bro, when you have a whole prank channel dedicated to you pranking each other, you're gonna live on edge like the whole time. So after the 3rd cheating prank, it's like, bro, your reaction is not going to be genuine.
Well, yeah, like after a point, you're just going into every day assuming that your partner's going to prank you for the channel. But you have to lean into it, otherwise it's not content. So that's when you get those like really corny ass intros like, "What's up, Ace? What's up, A-fam? We're going to be pranking my girlfriend today and making her think that I cut my own fucking foot off."
Like, these two deadass used to just terrorize each other. Like this prank where he laces up food with a ghost pepper. I think we need to realize just because the camera's on.
That's kind of fucked up. Being like, hey, babe, try this. It's just a ghost pepper.
Doesn't make something a prank. If you are genuinely just causing somebody harm, that is not a prank. And there was these two kids that
Yeah, it almost got to the point where, like, I think if YouTube didn't have guidelines, I think there would actually be, like, drugging my friend pranks. Like, that would be... I wouldn't even be surprised if there's a YouTube video from, like, 2013 that's like that. Like, give my friend Xanax to see how he reacts.
decided to do a robbery prank. Or how did they go about this prank? Did they use, like, bananas instead of guns? No, these...
Well, the robbery pranks, some of those YouTubers actually died. Where they would we watched a video on that, where some guy fake robbed a group of guys and he pulled out a fucking knife and they just took out a gun and shot him. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? You walked up to a group of fucking people on a parking lot with a knife and you're like, they're not going to fight back?
Niggas use real knives. And this went as bad as possible. One kid was shot dead on the spot. Rest in peace, though, for real. But broskito, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But you know what prank I really mess with? The screaming prank.
Bro, didn't some TikToker get arrested for that? Like, recently. Wasn't there a TikToker that got fucking arrested for, like, screaming in, like, a Walmart and blaming it on his friend? What's the crime there?
This was revolutionary. This is what pranking needs. Because modern day pranking, right now, is just a whole lot of rage bait.
Okay, I literally saw one today where he's checking out at a Walmart and he's like one by one handing the cashier the things he's buying, and it's like a cucumber, magnums, baby oil, chapstick, like one normal thing, a box of chicken nuggets. And then he would just keep handing him, and the guy's face is just going like wider and wider, and he's trying to keep his composure because he's like, there's no way this guy's buying this.
Or straight up just confusing people.
I really don't know because I don't really know. Because it's going to be like a 4-foot drop because I have a really expensive home. I have a 14 Pro Max.
And the screaming prank was just another one of these. Until we introduced the twisted yet genius prospect of the backup screamer. See what the original prank was? You just have somebody scream in a Walmart or something and then you had to try and convince them that it was not you.
It wasn't me.
But the integration of the backup screamer.
The integration of the backup screamer brought all the attention off you, especially if they sounded like you. I've seen backup screamers that don't scream the same, and it's not convincing because the people are going to remember the pitch, right? You need somebody that has a very similar voice to you.
Somebody else take the fall. Genius. Simply just genius. Now, just before I mentioned rage bait pranks, now there's a thin line with this one between harmless prank and prankless harm. Rage bait pranks been around forever, like the calling black people neighbor prank.
What's up, my neighbor?
Or the farting in the hood prank. Or the staring at people in the hood prank. Pretty much anything in the hood. Black people.
Bro, those pranks were fucking nuts. They would just be a guy that would walk up to somebody and be like, I'm like, you're asking to get beat the fuck up. Like, how much would somebody have to pay you to go in public and just stare at someone? Like, but not even from afar, like directly to their face. And when they say stuff, you don't respond. I would think that they would murder me. I'm not doing that for any amount of money. $10? For $10, bro, your ass is caving. Your ass is caving. You're not doing that. If I gave you $10, you're not walking up to a guy and going, you would maybe do it. And the second he goes, what are you doing, bro? You're walking away. You're going to be like, I'm sorry, man. Okay, so there's like a camera over there. I'm getting paid. You're going to be, I'll give you half the money. You would immediately give up.
A content farm for pranksters. And why I say there's a thin line, because, you know, we obviously have pranks like staring at people in the hood. Because obviously you're not causing anyone harm, but you know how they're going to react, you know? So when a petite white guy goes around
I think that's anywhere, though, bro. You stare at somebody like that, they'd be like, bro, what are you on?
in the hood saying, my neighbor, with the hottest ER you've ever heard, yeah, he's gonna get some reactions out of people. But when you get to putting your cheeks all up in people's faces, even if it's a real fart or not, that's a reasonable crash out. Oh, and does this...
Okay, but that is kind of funny, though, when you're in, like, a subway and somebody rips ass as a prank. Not like the fart spray. I've seen that video. Where he's in a subway and he's spraying fart spray on himself like it's cologne, and there's like somebody in the background just gagging.
One guy on TikTok, right, that gets employees into the craziest positions and has them say some crazy shit.
Come in.
Are you in? Are you in?
In my ass?
I don't know how he'd be getting away with these. He just calls them brain teasers and people do them. Like, I know it's not part of your job to be in this position when a customer asks.
Come in my butt. Come in my...
You high-key did this to yourself. And also just being a public nuisance.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, some random guy walks up to you and you're like, yo, just get on, you got to get on your knees and say, but spell run. Be like, what's the brain teaser here?
Since I don't think that falls under the prankless harm category.
Yoo-hoo, it's a boo-boo.
Okay.
Joe, I love you so much.
You motherfucker! I'm not, it's not me. That's not me. That's not me. That's Juicy Jacob. He does harmless pranks.
But what I mean by being a public nuisance, this guy Vitaly got arrested for unjust.
The guys that go to different countries and play pranks on people is like, fuck it. Well, the guys that go to other countries and play pranks on people, their pranks are usually just like blatant racism. You know what I mean? Like that, who's the other, not Vitaly, who's the other guy that went to like South Korea and he also got like arrested or beat up and he was just like sitting in a 7-Eleven just like playing fucking like racist audios. It wasn't Fuzi. Yeah, Johnny Somali.
This guy Vitaly got arrested for unjust vexation, which is the crime of being annoying. And before the arrest, he was low-key on a different path too.
Is that really a crime? Just being annoying?
Of terrorizing civilians, he focused his attention on predators. Now, what he was doing to him.
Yeah, a lot of them will hard pivot content-wise to that because then it's more socially accepted. But they'll still do the other shit on the side. Is Vitaly in jail right now? I thought he got out. He was in the Philippines, right? Is Vitaly in jail? He was held in a holding facility facing deportation. Wouldn't you want to be deported? Isn't being deported, like, good in this situation?
And I high-key can't even be mad about it. If your calling is terrorizing people, you know, these are not bad people to choose. Even Gideon did the same method. A running theory of mine is that...
Well, Gideon, he used to make regular prank videos. Stopped. And then he was making... Didn't he have, like, a period? I know he's still very religious now. But didn't he have a period in time where he was just making, like, straight-up religious content? Like, he had... It was, like, a few-month period or where he wasn't making content at all. I remember he made an announcement.
People that make
He never
content.
did. Yeah, but he did stop for a minute.
Genuinely find enjoyment in causing other people misery. And if they're getting backlash for doing it to random people, I mean, why not do it to people less deserving of human rights? It probably does get to a point, though. This might be a little bit overdoing it. It's debatable, though. But then there's this other kid, Heston James, you've probably heard of him, who's facing 9 years in prison.
For doing the screamer shit.
They have this nigga on 13 charges because of some YouTube pranks. And what's funny is under a Fox News video reporting on this, there's like a bunch of middle-aged people just flaming this nigga. Diggler Duck said, influencer is just a euphemism for malignant narcissist. What does that even mean? First thing, dumbass. Not an influencer, so fuck, everything you just said doesn't mean shit. This guy Arthur said, ban
TikTok, arrest these clowns, make them pay restitution to the companies they affected. They can clearly afford it with all the money they're making for the videos.
TikTok, arrest these clowns, make them pay restitutions to the companies they've affected.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. Side boo you, bitch.
What do they think happens after a teenager pretends to be a mechanic at a shop? The whole business just goes into ruins.
The business burns down. They don't know what they can fucking do anymore to fucking get customers.
Maybe 10 minutes of their time was taken up. That's being generous too.
I think if you're one of those prank people that were like licking ice creams and putting them back in the fucking container and back on the shelf, yeah, you should have to fucking pay for that. But if you're like walking in to a public, you know, business and pranking somebody and leaving, that's different. There's a difference between actually publicly pranking people and doing genuine vandalism.
And I'm not saying it doesn't.
And like fucking what do they even be? That would be more than vandalism. If you were like eating products and putting them back, what is that? That's like a health violation.
Doesn't affect these people at all. Obviously, this shit is probably annoying as hell. I'm just saying it's not that serious, okay? Multiple criminal charges over this. Who we should be prosecuting is them ass niggas from 2016 who dressed as killer clowns and terrorized the youth.
Bro, I flat out have the take that if your dumbass was out on a random road in the middle of nowhere at 2 a.m. dressed as a clown holding a knife and somebody runs your ass over, that is fully your fault. That era was so weird where people were like, yeah, let's just go stand out in the woods and wait for people. I'd be like, bro, no, you're actually going to fucking murder someone.
2016, I was only a baby. But there was genuinely a stretch of time where I didn't feel comfortable going outside. Damn.
Yeah, bro, scary. I remember because it was so common. And then there was like a weird mixture of people that were prankers versus people that were actually psychopaths dressed as clowns trying to like kill people.
I'm really out here being the prank police. But I deadass think a lot of quote-unquote pranks are just acts of terrorism. Okay, maybe I dragged that a little bit. Except for the fake bum prank. That one definitely fits. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what pranks are meant to be is tricking someone into getting a reaction that applies to a situation that isn't how it seems, you know what I mean? So if you were to say, oh look, there's a camera over there, they'll just be cool about it. And not genuinely bringing someone to a point where their veins are protruding out of their forehead. Chill. But deadass, I don't really...
And I think people have gotten a reluctancy to cameras more than they used to. You remember the days, like the early days of Impractical Jokers? I bet they had some bad experiences, but I feel like with a lot of early prank shows, it was as simple as being like, you're on a show, calm down, there's the camera. And it was cool because it was like, oh my God, I'm going to be on TV. Now it's like, fuck you, I don't want to be on your bitch ass TikTok. Like, it's full switched. Because it used to be like cool to be like, oh, I'm going to be on TV versus like, no, fuck you, I don't want to be involved at all with whatever the fuck you're filming.
I care. I only comment on things because I can. I just get both sides of hate and love towards prank.
Yeah, no, I think prank content in general, it's like you got to walk a thin line.
Content. Because if this was me in this video and somebody just comes up to my shit and turns it off, yeah, I would be mad. But it is kind of funny, though. But this prank here is high-key my favorite prank ever, just for this guy's reaction. This guy's just taking items out of this old guy's trolley and saying, oh, you don't own it yet because you haven't paid for it. And for some reason, this is his reaction.
Don't be a racist. Come on.
How am I being racist?
Because you're picking on a white guy.
I just wanted to share that. Because I thought it was funny.
Don't be racist because you're picking on a white guy. I would just be like, don't be like a dick, bro. What do you? How is that racist? Like, he's the only white guy in the whole fucking store. WVED. The lamest people on the internet.
The internet's got its variety of niches and groups, but I think I found the lamest one. You know Looks Maxes? This is them, but like even lamer somehow.
Look at this. Blackpilling. Bro, I keep getting on like black pill content. Like, people use this one clip of me where I say the first thing that somebody recognizes about you is your looks, and that's how they determine whether or not they're attracted to you. But then after that, I talk about how the majority of building a relationship and actually getting somebody to like you is your personality, and they just cut that off. So they just cut that off. So they put the clip of like me saying, hey, like, people, the first thing that somebody notices about you is your looks. And then they're just like, yep, that's it. I'm like, that's not it. Like, I will say, yes, I think when you find it, like, finding somebody attractive is off looks. Like, that does matter more than some people say it does. But in terms of long-term relationship capability, no.
But I'm saying, yes, the first thing that somebody recognizes about you is your looks, because that's their subconscious opinion is going to be how you look. But that's not the only thing that matters. And like the way that I understand Black Pill is that the only thing that matters is your looks. And I think that's wrong, because that is where not only, yes, maybe in the terms of like the first thing somebody notices is your looks, but then they're going to realize your entire personality is structured around how you look, which is like obscene narcissism. Like it's just building a fucking rapport within yourself of like, I look great. I look great. I look awesome. This is how I need to look. I need to change my haircut. I need to start mewing. Maybe I should get facial surgery. Bro, you're 20. Bro, your brain's not even done developing yet. You're going to get fucking plastic surgery at 20 years old because you think that you don't look good? Like, it's your life, fine. But I'm saying, like, don't think that, like, that's the end-all, be-all on whether or not people are going to like you is how you look. It's because they take, like, the idea of Black Pill is they take something that isn't absurd to say and then make that the only thing that matters. Like, good-looking people get better connections in life. Is that true to a degree? Potentially. But I think that's the idea that looking good gets your foot in the door. But when you only care about looking good, and then you get your foot in the door, and they're like, okay, hey, and they start asking for your qualifications, or they want to learn about you, and you're the most dull person ever, because all you care about is whether or not you look appealing. It's like, man, that's like, I don't know. It also causes so much stress within yourself, you know? The idea of having to constantly be like, I need to look this way. I need to be this attractive. It's now you're like, you're hindering your own mood, you know? The pivot of how you feel in life is going to be how you look that day. Like, I don't know, man. And it's just like living for other people.
Black Pill content. This is a group of people that believe looks and genetics are the most important thing in life, and they decide how every interaction is gonna go, which is, you know, sort of.
Well, what is it? It's like subhuman, sub 5, sub 3, low tier normie, high tier normie, Chad. Like, there's a ranking system in the Black Pill like community where they like rank what you look. And a lot of the time they'll say that I'm like a normie or a low tier normie. Like, I saw one guy do a whole facial analysis on me and he said I was a 5. He said I was a 5. And he was like, if he fixed his hair and got Greek curls, he'd maybe be a little bit better. But they'll be like, his nose is crooked, his jaw is too far out. I'm like, man, bro, I don't care. And the guys that are making those analysis videos are like 3s. Like, I just, how are you going to sit there and make all of your content about like, hey, I'm going to rank how this person looks when you're like literally in a basement that's wet, underground, just like fucking just ranking people? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm a 5. I don't care, right? Like, I used to care so much about how I looked, and I still do fixate on certain things. Like, I fixate on my hair a lot, right? Because I do think I am going to go bald. And so that upsets me. But, like, there are days where I'll just be like, I didn't do my hair. And I'll just, like, fucking leave it. So.
And the thing that makes these people so lame is that they're quote-unquote straight men who edit other men because they think they look good. Or they argue about which man they think looks better in a comment section. And just bully people who aren't conventionally attractive. When I know damn well.
Well, who's the famous guy that's technically the pinnacle of, like, Black Pill Chad? Oh, my God. Who is it? No, not Marlon. It's, like, a famous Hollywood actor. I don't know, man. I mean, like, this is the guy that's, like, one of the guys. Oh, no, it's Ian Somerhalder. I would agree more on Ian Somerhalder than Jordan Barrett. Ian Somerhalder's a fucking hot guy. But, like, I don't know. Why is he the pinnacle of, like, Chad? Because his facial structure's good? Like, it's because, well, they'll say I have a negative canthal tilt, too, and that makes me look like a bitch. I'm like, word chat. This is like actual shit where it's like they'll analyze me and they'll be like, yo, he looks like a bitch. I'll be like, damn. Okay. It's like if you ever want to feel the worst you've ever felt in your life, ask somebody from the black pill community to rate how attractive you are. And they will be like, yeah, man, I think it's cooked. You're so ugly. They'll be, and I'm like, God damn, man. Like the fucking standards we have.
Oh, these people are behind their desk looking like this and telling me this guy's right eyebrow is bigger than his left, so he's cooked. And then proceed to tell me this is the peak of male beauty.
Yeah, man. like cheap. Bro, actually, some shit that looks like you got plastic surgery.
Alright, bro. As a part of this video, I've looked into the species I'm a cold.
Honestly, bro, I think the biggest thing about attractiveness is how you carry yourself. I've seen, and you could say this is like some glaze shit. I've seen a lot of guys that own how they dress. I think that's a big thing. What you wear changes how appeal. Like that's more important than like I need a Mog in fucking Muse so I could fix my facial structure. Bro, if you got like good drip and not like good drip where it's like I need to wear what people want me to wear, you wear drip that you fuck with and you like and you own it, people find that attractive. I'm not trying to say like Adam Sandler, right? That guy's old, but like Adam Sandler owns his shit. Like that's an attractive trait for him to own the fucking baggy ass basketball shorts. He looks like a cornball. Like he wears cornball fucking clothes, but he owns it. And so nobody cares. It's not cringe. Like if you own your shit, people are like, fuck with that. Because it's like a level of authenticity rather than trying to be somebody that you're not. People recognize fakeness and they don't fuck with people that are fake. And a lot of the time, like BP community people are trying to be somebody that they feel like they need to be rather than somebody that they are.
People or black pill people, I've studied their behavior and learned their lingo, and really I don't like what I found. And just to be clear, black pill is more like an extreme version of looks maxing, not necessarily all looks maxes, but you know, drag making that distinction. The first place I looked to study these creatures was TikTok. There's a good chance that you've come across a black pill edit or two. Normally what these consist of is a stitch of somebody saying...
No. The fucking music they use, though, is peak. I gotta say, if you see a BP edit, the video is fucking awful. But they edit it to where it's like, damn, this is like not convincing, but mildly interesting.
Something like, oh, looks don't matter. Or someone that's not seen as conventionally attractive literally doing anything.
Yeah, but I'm kind, smart.
See, like, that's so fucking sad. Nah, like, this guy's a cuck commenting that. Sub-Zero looking at me. Bro, like, nah, you actually work at Burger King, bro. You work at Burger King and you don't have friends. Like, and you're sitting here commenting on people that fucking, like, actually, nah, you literally, like, this motherfucker commenting against this woman, like, being an absolute dick about her appearance.
Thoughtful and caring, and those are things that matter more.
What did this poor lady do to you? Literally anyone can get hit with a black pill edit, nobody is safe. And normally the people that make these edits obviously leave their face out because almost 100% of the time they look like this. But on the rare occasion where the editor includes themselves in, it's so obvious every single time because you just see this ethereal looking world-renowned model and then this nigga. Okay, just try and figure it out yourself. Let me show you an edit and I want you to figure out which one is the person that made it.
Okay, no, that's...
Did you...
I feel like that one's a joke, though. That one's a joke, though.
Did you find them? Let's try another one. People in the comments are just flaming this nigga too. This guy just replied with this image. Fitting. I don't know where this nigga thought he was going with this. That's not a sneak-in, that's trespassing. Twin, being nice does not cost anything. Okay, but on TikTok you also find the higher ranking BP people having mug-offs.
Bro, like, what the fuck? This is an actual thing? a mog off and they're getting donations to see who looks better. This guy's making like a weird rock smolder right now. This guy, I feel like this guy got the mog off probably. I'd vote him winning.
But can we address the elephant in the room though? This BP business is kind of zesty. Really look at the facts here, all right? We have men editing other men.
Yeah, it's like full focusing on other guys' attributes and being like obsessive over how they look.
Because they think they look good. And I've looked at how these people act and speak too. They worship Marlon like a deity because they like the way that he looks. I don't know about you, but that sounds a little sus to me. You know, if they're taking back shots or not, that's not really my concern. I just had to...
I really do feel like Marlon has a very big BP community. Like, not even like he's trying to have it. It's just like, I bet Marlon has a lot of people that just like him because they find him attractive, but it's also like a lot of people that like want to look like Marlon.
I saw gay, so I said gay.
But these BP people like to throw around the term female gaze. The whole goal of BP, I guess, is to capture the female gaze. And they actually do have a calculated way that they measure attractiveness. It's not just, oh, I think this guy looks better. And this is known as PSL. And
bro, I don't know, man. I really feel like it's personality, bro. I have seen so many guys pull girls way out of their league at bars because they're just really good at talking. And I'm not even saying flirting, just holding a conversation. Like the amount of my friend, like I would say Brooke's out of my league, right? I would say that she's much more attractive than me. I don't think when we started dating, I don't think I was like some savant at talking, right? But like I think I got lucky, right? But I do have a lot of friends that I think are very interesting people. And I wouldn't say they're ugly, but they outwardly say their girlfriends are like 4 tiers higher than them attractiveness wise. And it's like, it's not because they went on the BP route and they pulled her. It's like, no, they went up, had a conversation, found common interests, right? Liked each other. And it's like, then that's how they find you attractive. Like,
alongside PSL, they also use the term appeal. Appeal is more just people finding you attractive regardless of your PSL. Now with PSL, this is where we get shit like this. This is what you would call a PSL god.
Oh my gosh.
But a PSL god wouldn't necessarily have appeal. Because again, look at this shit. So I guess PSL is purely for the male gaze then. My zesty theory.
Is that a real photo? That's not a real photo. Chat, that's a real image? No. That is. That jaw structure is unreal, though. But that's what I'm saying, like, I'm not judging this guy by any means either. I feel like why is, like, I think it's just, like, know the facts on this. But I think this guy is skewing what he's saying slightly, right? What he's saying is right, that the top 7 sprinters have had doping violations. But I really want somebody to fact check whether or not that's doping, meaning steroids. Because there are a lot of banned substances that Olympic athletes are not allowed to use, and many of them are not really performance enhancers, right? Justin Gatlin did use testosterone. That is one that I know about. I'm reading this right now. Justin Gatlin, if you know sprinters, did use steroids. Or testosterone, rather. Asafa Powell used a stimulant, oxylofrin. Christian Coleman got banned for 18 months to 3 whereabout failures. No evidence of drug use. Methylxanamine, clomiphene. Bro, see, they're using shit that's like, when he says doping, I feel like a lot of the time you're going, oh, they're using like anabolic steroids. But a lot of the time, it's like they're using shit that's not allowed, but it's not the same thing as like them just fucking shoving a needle in their ass. It's like some weird fucking stimulant that they're using on a day-to-day basis.
7
that they buy over the counter or get from a doctor.
You see, athletes have long had to deal with other countries' doping. From the Chinese swim team.
Oh, no, yeah, and it's not even just in the Olympics. Who was the one fucking guy that was hitting dingers left and right in baseball? He was on fucking steroids every day. Fuck. He's like one of the best baseball players that's ever played. Was it Barry Bonds? Yeah, Barry Bonds was hitting fucking grand slams left and right. That guy was fucking juiced to the gills. That's what I'm saying though. I agree with his point. That's like, hey, these are leagues that you're not supposed to use steroids, and some of the best players of all time were on steroids. Dude, you just gonna stare at his dick while he pees?
so he doesn't like shove it up his ass and take it out of a bottle and pour it into a cup.
Not to mention, the rules are often outdated.
Caffeine was literally a banned substance until 2004.
Which is why many...
That's what I'm saying! That's what I'm saying! No, bro, if you go through the banned list, bro, that was my point against what that guy on the podcast was saying. Like, there's shit they'll get banned for where it's like, bro, it's like an antibiotic they had for a fucking illness. And it's like, okay, now that's a violation.
Excited about the doping checks being...
The average Olympian only earns $30,000 a year too, because the only, it's a house of cards, man. Not a house of cards. That's a bad example. It's a steep pyramid on the Olympic Games. Similarly to the NBA, but the NBA, the top players make the most, but the average players also make a shitload just because they're in the fucking same team. But when you're an individual athlete representing, see, that's what it is. Like, if you're a part of the NBA, you're one of the best NBA players of all time. I was just talking to this about with my friends the other day. Say you're starting player or you're first off the bench. You play every game, every other game. You're a no-name. You're still on the Lakers, but you're a no-name. You're getting paid $5 million a year because you're a part of the team that, LeBron or these other guys are on. Wembanyama or whatever, Jokic, all these fucking crazy players that are like the star athletes. Now you transfer to swimming. Michael Phelps, in his time, was the best fucking swimmer, and it wasn't even close. Maybe the second, third guy behind him was known. Or what was the girl this year that just swam and broke a fucking world? Katie Ledecky or whatever her name was. She fucking was insane, and she got a bunch. Yeah, Ledecky got a bunch of sponsorships and a bunch of offers and shit like that. So who's in second place? I don't know. Because it's not a team sport, So if you're a part of the Olympic, top 5 and you're not 1 or 2, no one knows you. So it doesn't matter that you're the 5th best runner in the world. You're a nobody in a marketing perspective because that's how they make money. They don't get paid. Countries pay Olympic athletes varying amounts depending on what country you're a part of and how well you perform. In some countries, I believe like Great Britain, just give salaries to Olympic athletes so they can help train, and it like helps prevent them from having to get like 9-to-5 jobs so they can focus on training. Because if you look at the top track athletes in the world right now, Noah Lyles, number 1. You could say like Christian Coleman. You could even say like Asafa Powell. You could have all these other guys that are Tyson Gay, people that still might run. They get crazy offers because they're in the most popular event and they're top 5. If you're the 3rd best steeplechase runner in the world, you're probably working an accounting job on the side. Because nobody watches fucking steeplechase. Nobody knows who the fucking 5th best 3,000 meter runner is. Because that's an unpopular event. It's like you making them on steroids isn't getting them more money. That's my point. If you get this guy on steroids and you're like, we're going to roid him up and pay him better, you're fucking 6th place, bro. That guy's not going to get, like, you can't give him a salary.
It's a part of what makes the enhanced games so tempting. Instead of waiting 4 years for a shot at Olympic glory and scraping by on low pay, athletes here are offered millions, with events held each year, not just once every 4 years.
How are they offered millions of dollars for getting, like, 10th? They're probably they have to be dropped, like fucking on a dime, dude. Like, instantly. There's no way they could keep you on $1 million salary for you to get fucking 8th place taking steroids, swimming the fucking 200 butterfly.
But money isn't the only motivator. At the heart of it is a bold and controversial claim that performance enhancement shouldn't be hidden. It should be embraced.
The companies sponsoring it? What companies are sponsoring the steroid games? Fucking Blue Chew? What companies is fucking getting into this?
Even celebrated as the next evolution of elite sport. But what brand wants to be associated with drug use? The Olympics relies on sponsors and billion-dollar TV deals.
Oh, it's like I was making a fucking foundational point there.
The enhanced games, they're uploading everything online for free. Because the real business isn't broadcasting, it's pharmacology. The same drugs used by the
Oh my God, no. Wait, the substance. Oh my God, wait, no, gold mine. The fucking companies that make the drugs these guys are taking are probably the ones that are paying for this. Holy shit. Because then you go, that guy just ran fast as fuck. I want to look like him. I'm going to go fucking take whatever he's taking.
will soon be sold to the public for...
You take steroids? I do not take steroids. If there are like a subsect small group of people that think I take steroids, I'm 6'1", 176 pounds. If you think I am on steroids, you are insane. Like, I have the most average gym build for somebody that has worked out for 5 years, for 8 years, you know, for however, like, consistently. That's cap. It's not cap. I weigh 178 pounds right now. I fluctuate 175 to like 183.
Illegal telehealth model. Think hormone clinics meets influencer marketing, where the athletes are the ads. It's a bold, brutally profitable strategy. And whether you call it innovation or a disgrace, one thing's for certain, nobody's looking away.
This reminds me a lot of the early UFC days. Everybody's clutching their pearls, talking about how barbaric it was, and now it's seen as like a good Saturday night family viewing event.
On social media, people want to see the fastest swimmer, the quickest sprinter, the strongest human alive. And the enhanced games tap straight into that impulse, because in today's world, attention tends to follow spectacle, not moderation. And if someone has to shave a few decades off their lifespan to produce that, well, that's their choice.
Do they shatter records? Do they blow off tendons in the pool? Do they gain too much muscle and just sink to the bottom? Do their hearts explode? We're about to find out.
So whether you're watching because you're fascinated or horrified, you're watching. And that's exactly the point.
The problem is, like, you could have just an unlucky, like, the worst thing that could happen that would ruin the enhanced games forever is somebody dies while they're competing. Like, you could say the same thing about the regular Olympics, but that would just be seen as, like, a tragedy. But if somebody died of even, like, a brain aneurysm, like something that has nothing to do with their steroid use, if somebody dies while they're training or competing, it would immediately tie back to the steroids, and then the entire house, it would be a house of cards. It would fall.
This is why a lot of doctors, ex-Olympians, and even ex-doping kingpins are concerned.
I do not think it's a good idea. I think the general...
Who the fuck is this guy?
I do not think it's...
Victor Conti, ex-doping kingpin. Balco scandal. What is that?
I think the general thinking of athletes is if a little bit's good, a lot's going to be great, and then they have a tendency to overdo it, and the next thing you know, they're doing self-harm.
The enhanced games promises world records, million-dollar payouts, and a new era of sports. But behind the shiny marketing is a minefield of problems, and a business model that raises some serious red.
Is the $1 million payout for world records being broken, though? Like, for you to get $1 million, you need to be on steroids, perform in the enhanced games, and also beat Usain Bolt's 100-meter.
Flags, with the CEO of the USA Anti-Doping Agency calling the organization a dangerous...
Like, that's not easy. Being a crazy athlete and on steroids.
Clown show. When performance-enhancing drugs become the expectation, not the exception, you don't just push the limits of human performance, you obliterate the guardrails.
The reality is when there's a lot of money on the line, people are willing to do a lot of things.
Just a chemical arms race, where the athlete, willing to take the biggest risk, walks away with the cash, or perhaps doesn't walk away at all. Even the original name, the Enhanced Games, feels like a meme. If the goal is to be seen as a serious alternative to the Olympics, the branding isn't doing it any favors. To many, it still feels like a joke, or a less serious version of what already exists. Just look at the comments. The Olympics...
Yeah, they should just brand it something differently, like that it's its own competition. They should have similar events that the Olympics has, but just do what the IFBB does and just don't test. You know? Or do what like these big bodybuilding or strongman organizations do and just don't test. Like, don't make it about, hey, everybody's on steroids. Just be like, we're not going to see what you're on or not on. It's up to you. And so it's kind of like an unspoken thing where every single athlete is on steroids, but they just don't talk about it. But then they lose the sponsors. Because the sponsors are the people that want you to be like, I'm on blank and blank. My nuts are the size of peppercorns now.
It's just the Olympics. If the best athletes can break records through the current system, why risk it all for this? The first official record was set by Christian Golomev, earning the $1 million prize. But despite the hype, most viewers were underwhelmed. In a suit, doped, and he was only able to chip away 2 cents from the world record. Even the media is skeptical. News organizations are already putting the event's legitimacy in
breaks world record. Wait,
Even
what?
the media is suit, doped, and he was only able to chip away 2 cents from the world record. Even the media is skeptical. News organizations are already putting the event's legitimacy in quote marks.
Yeah, he's not in a Speedo. He's wearing a skin-tight suit. And he's on steroids.
Many are calling it dangerous, especially for younger athletes watching from the sidelines, because by rewarding enhanced athletes with fame, money, and virality, the message is loud and clear. Natural isn't enough. To win, you must be willing to risk your health.
This is the main concern that most people have. This is my biggest reservation and concern, is what it says to the youth, what it says to the kids. Like that, it's legitimately scary.
In the words of two-time Olympic champion Kieran Perkins, it's borderline criminal.
The challenge is that people on the outside don't always have access to those resources, and if they see, hey, look at this swimmer who's setting world records on performance-enhancing drugs, I'm gonna go take some performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah, and they're gonna get him from Mike from Planet Fitness, right? Mike out of the tanning booth in good old Planet Fitness is gonna come walking out. He's gonna be like, "Hey man, you want some good shit? Come to the back of my Honda Accord. I'll hook you up. I got the good shit, man."
The new risk profile that if it's not closely monitored, supervised, etc., opens up the whole door for a lot more risk.
Let's not forget, many of these substances are banned for a reason. In some countries, they're illegal. And the Enhanced Games is already raising eyebrows in the medical world. Behind the bold talk of freedom and scientific progress is a big—
That's your dealer? No. I did have a personal trainer at a gym I used to go to try to sell me weed, though. And he showed me a picture of it, but it didn't look real. I didn't buy it, but I almost did, because he showed me nugs that were like this big. I was like, yo, that looks like some GMO weed. That don't even look real. It was like, he was like, yeah, man, this is like an ounce. It's just one nug. No, it wasn't one nug, but they were huge. Some shit you've never seen before.
Business model built on normalizing drug use, targeting everyday people with promises of superhuman performance. And finally, this model could actually increase inequality in sport, because when access to drugs, medical supervision, and cutting-edge enhancements becomes part of the equation, the athlete with the most money, best doctors, and corporate backing will have a massive head start.
I mean, that's what I was saying too. It's like they're going to be healthier because they're going to have doctors that are telling them how to do it, and they're going to have access to higher quality and better stuff.
Sport has never been 100% fair, but the Enhanced Games could end up being less fair than the very system it claims to disrupt. The Enhanced Games might sound like a joke, but the questions it raises couldn't be more serious. What do we actually want from elite sport? Is it health, discipline, a level playing field, or is it something more extreme? The fastest, strongest, most enhanced version of the human body, no matter the cost. Because behind the $1 million payouts and the—
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, it's just entertainment. Like that's the appeal, is sports are entertaining. You know, what you get out of that entertainment varies individual to individual. You know, you might like the aspect of sports betting. You might like the aspect of seeing people fucking break world records. You might want to see teams compete against each other and see your favorite player put up, 35 fucking points in a goddamn game. Like, you can't boil it down to like, oh, people just want to see records be broken. Like, that's true. But, like, the Olympics also gets views because it's once every 4 years and it's all the athletes coming together to perform. If you're going to have the Enhanced Games every year and you're going to have these guys try to fucking smash world records and still fail on steroids, like, dude, you're on a fucking shot clock timer here on this being a failed business. Like, in 2 years' time, if they're not crushing things, like, it's cooked. Then you're just fucking constantly in the red on a business perspective. All right. Chat, next video.